Welcome to the real world! When people die and pain is real, no one gives a fuck about how you feel. Everything has a price and a consequence. No one has the time or the tolerance to listen to you on your crying from who I don't know what to do. My rent is overdue. Pay it, and if you don't have the cash, then you're out on your ass. Everybody has trouble achieving. Everybody has time disbelieving. It may not be what you heard. Welcome to the real world! Now I must admit I'm new to it myself, but I can understand how everyone else has their own way to feel and their own way to deal with the same shit I do. But it just keeps coming over and over and over again. And that's right till the day the world ends. I'm sure I'll wake up one day thinking that's funny, having their life and their friends and their money. Welcome to the real world! 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 Welcome to the real world!
Welcome. Hey, everybody. I see you in chat. Good to see you're out there and still alive and kicking. Yeah, hold on just a second here. I gotta take Miss Sneezy Poo down. Whew, boy, she had it going. Okay, and she can't reach. I'm sorry. I have a really weird sense of humor. It's true. So, how are all of you doing? I have just a couple of first world problems. One of them is my chair. I complained about it about 2 months ago, and everybody came up with great ideas of, WD-40 and graphite, and I never got around to doing it. It's like one of those things I just kept ignoring, but now it's gotten worse. Now it's not only squeaky, it's hitting this note, and it's not G sharp. I think it's a yeah, I think it could be a C. Anyway, so I hope you're all doing well, and this is basically an open stream. I do step in and say no to some people because they just don't fit the vibe. It just happens. There's nothing personal, but most are welcome. I'm just not interested in becoming a target for trolls and yeah, basically. Basically, and just those people, they mean well, but they're just not in this alley, let's say. And I've got a lot on the desk here. Hold on just a second. I have to do a few things with the channels. Let me go in here. I wanted to make sure I'm clicking away. Hold on, I have to go in here and make sure that it's always down at the bottom too. Okay, slow. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I forgot to do it earlier, so I'll do it now. And yeah, there we go. Put it in subscriber mode. It is just a lot easier. Again, to keep the trolls out. That's all I'm doing here. I'm not trying to banish anyone. I just don't want to deal with the weirdos and the bots that seem to have been prevalent at one point. I think I've kind of shooed several of them away. I know you heard that. And again, it is not a beer. Let me put myself big here and start the cam. It is a San Pellegrino orange. I know, this is my bad stuff. This is, I get to have these a couple times a week. So I usually do them during the shows because it cleanses the palate and all that good stuff. So yeah, I have a few things besides complaining about my chair. I've got to get some, I have WD-40. I have it in 3 places. I just have to go and get it and do something. Okay, yeah, there's quite a few weird, odd things on my desk. Let's see, what can we start with? Well, since the politics are just being flung about, here's a meme that I particularly like. Let me do this. There we go. Yeah, that's the country I grew up on. You know, people were at least capable of expressing themselves many decades ago. You know, whether you liked it or not. You know, they just said, okay, there's, you know, crazy Ed. You know, he's down at the courthouse again. We did have a crazy Ed in my town, by the way. We called him Crazy Ed the Waver. He would walk between Reno and Carson City on foot with a bag full of water, of course, and wave at all the cars going by. And people would wave back, and then he'd go up to the courthouse and he'd wave to people going in and out of the courthouse. And yeah, he was a politician of the sort. Really lived a very different life. You know, and I got to know him, actually. He was a teacher in our high school originally, believe it or not. And something terrible happened with his wife, and he just was never the same. So he quit teaching and started becoming Ed the Waver and just living out of a box. It was really, really trippy. Anyway, I didn't mean to digress on that, but yes, people were able to just do what they did, you know, whether you had reason to believe there's some sense to it or not. Hey, Maggot. Oh, you've got the crazy old lady that screams. That is funny. Oh, that's weird, Watt Life. One of you came in blue and one not. Okay. Yeah. Every town has that whomever that, you know, is basically homeless or somewhat. And you see them out on the roads and all of that. Yeah. See? Here, I'm going to put this up. Hold on just a second. I'm going to take my banner down. Okay. Go back here. Yeah. These people sometimes were really, you know, the pinnacle of society somehow. And then one thing happens in their life, whether it's physical or mental, you know, and bam, you know, they become Ed the Waver, you know, basically. Now people in my home, he passed away many, many years ago. People now would not know who he is in my hometown, but yeah. And I'm sitting here puffing on, what am I puffing on? Oh, Berry Bliss is what they call it. And I have to watch it because this is a sneaky Pete. I'll smoke it and I'm all in bliss like I am right now. And then 20 minutes from now, I go 0 dark 30 quiet. And everyone's going, what? Because this stuff kind of sneaks up. But yeah, that's what I say. We need to just grow a pair. That's what I think we need. Let me stop that. And just go over to these places, state or federal, and just throw them all out. I'm sure, I am positive that our society will do just fine for the next 3 to 6 weeks until we can get their replacement. And we need to stop tolerating the stupid. That's all I have to say. Why are we doing that? I don't know. That part I cannot figure. Are we that brainwashed? Are they putting something in the water? I don't know. But people just won't stand up and say no. Hey, Max Vision. Good to see you. Yeah, there's a link for anyone who wants to come up and talk about, well, just about anything. I just started on the politics today a little bit. The dock strike is over, I heard, which I didn't think that was going to go very far. I think because these dock workers, what they really need to be striking is against robots taking over their jobs, because I think that's the real crux of it. That's what I think. The rest of it, I have no idea what's going on. There could be a gazillion reasons why they're putting that out there. And then all of a sudden, we made negotiations. We're all good now. Really? How much is everything going to go up now that we have to pay a dock worker $400,000 a year? I'm not joking. That's what they're asking for. 400. Yeah. So then the robots come out and save the day. Oh, isn't that a problem reaction solution? They saved the day. We don't have to pay all this money to a human. Now we can just have a robot who never needs anything but grease and electricity. That's it. Hey, Dean, good to see you too. I'm just puffing away my usual afternoon after doing all kinds of stuff today. All them chores. That's just it with me sometimes. Life is good, but man, I get tired of the maintenance. Hey, what life?
Good evening.
Hey.
Am I coming in all right?
You sound great. And Max Vision. Oh, looky. It's that time of year.
Centered in. It's Halloweeny.
Oh, right. That's cool.
I wanted to talk about the dock workers because that's an interesting thing.
Sure.
If they force them back to work, what they can do is force them back for 90 days. And then they can go on strike again.
Oh.
Without limitations then. So they pushed it back until Trump's presidency or whoever ends up being president next.
Oh, yeah. Circle of confusion. Got to line it up.
Yep.
Hey, what life? I've been watching Georgia and your videos. Man, the trees came down.
Yes. And a lot of them, I still got a lot of videos and pictures to post, but even the videos that I posted, I mean, I know it may look bad, but it's one of those things that just don't do it justice,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing we're running into now. We're going tomorrow. It'll be a week since the hurricane hit. We started cleanup over the weekend, but just this week is we've focused on reestablishing power to homes that can be reestablished, but we're already running out of material.
I'm glad the government got on it so quickly.
Oh, dude, they're completely dropping the ball, dude. You got everybody sees this as one big cookie jar now that they can dip their
I saw
hands in.
Biden say, "Oh, they're fine. They can take care of themselves. They're fine."
Yeah, fakey FEMA. That's what I call it.
Well, there's some good people down here, and there's some strong people down here. Regardless of the government interfering or not, we're gonna make things happen and get things right. But the supply chain was already crippled before this. Before this happened, our electrical supply houses were only allowed to get so much merchandise in. We were only allowed to receive so much merchandise. Now that this has happened, they're limited to us to pretty much crumbs. Where each supply house is limited one panel per customer. Some things they don't even have anymore. Certain electrical essentials they don't have. Wire is already at a shortage. We're waiting tomorrow to hopefully another load comes in of wire tomorrow, because if we don't have any wire tomorrow, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
We can run all the pipes and set all the junction boxes we want, but if we don't have no wire, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. You got nothing to pull through them. Hi, Chloe.
Yeah, hey Chloe, good to see you.
What is this titled? Welcome?
Yeah, my opener was a song from Sick Puppies. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
Welcome to the Real World. So welcome. Welcome to reality and waking up and going, oh shit.
Yeah, just before I came on, I was out at the store and I was seeing Crime of the Century in my head.
Ah, that's a good one. Yeah. I love Supertramp.
Yeah.
I am. I'll admit, I'm an English rock band junkie sometimes.
I was a Beatles fan at first because, well,
Yeah, they're right.
they wrote everything, like,
Yeah, and performed.
Excuse me.
yeah,
Yeah,
they were so amazing at writing. It's unbelievable.
yeah, and their musicianship was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Just,
Yeah, we got that.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's become. If I go down that music ramp, I'm just not gonna.
I still like the songs. The songs were still good. And, they were probably written by good artists other than the Beatles.
That's right.
Hi,
And
Dee.
performed.
Hi, Chloe. Hi, Meg.
Good to see all y'all.
A bunch of shells. That's all. But McCartney had a good voice.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Abbey Road, yeah.
Well, Kamala Harris, she made her book signing tour. She came through here in Augusta yesterday. Walked around for about 5 minutes, took her a helicopter ride, went and gave out some plates, some bottles of water, and said that, man, those people down there are okay. Let me go back to Washington.
There you go.
Unbelievable. Did you hear the story about that helicopter guy?
Which one?
He's a private pilot. I'm going to say North Carolina. It was a devastated area. And the only way to get people in and out of this flooded area was over the hill in a helicopter. So he volunteered and he's starting to bring people back and forth. And his son is on the other end getting people lined up. Mm-hmm. And the fire chief stopped him when he landed back in town and said, you're going to stop this. You're in our way. And the guy goes, really? I'm in your way? Well, then get some helicopters over there. And he said, well, you're going to stop right now. He says, no, I have to at least go back for my son. I'm not leaving him. So they said, as long as you come back just with your son or otherwise we'll arrest you.
Yeah.
Do you see? They don't care about the people. They just want the land.
Oh, yeah.
Just like I said about North Carolina and those mineral rights that just came up for grabs. Dude, these people are without power. Some don't have homes. Some are still flooded out. And these corporations are still going ahead with their land grabbing tactics. Mm-hmm. They're going full steam ahead.
here's the path of this hurricane. This is how unlikely this thing is. Like, they don't show you the path before this, okay? But this is basically where it turned, right? It turned from going this way to going up this way, and then it went over landfall at an unprecedented rate, and then made another turn, and then made another left-hand turn. You know, so it's making right and left-hand turns, and I showed you Did I show you the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the radar that they're using on this stuff. Like, yeah, this is ridiculous, and people are calling it out. It's kind of more of a popular thing to talk about, the NextRad system being used now to steer these storms and stuff, and amplify, and using chemtrails and HAARP to amplify them.
Wow. Yeah. And Chloe says, yeah, planning to bolt. Yeah.
Like, we were talking about this like a month ago.
Yeah.
And
Your house is done. It's toast. They're going to do you a favor of bringing in the bulldozers to take care of the problem and pay you dimes on the dollar for.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go to a 15-minute city.
mining rich area.
Uh-huh. Has been forever. That whole Appalachians are nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the mountain. It's a big giant dead thing, so it's got to be
Something.
full of minerals.
They do coal, everything. I mean, everything comes out of there. It is almost, I would say, like the heart
Yeah,
of the United States when it comes to minerals. You know, give or take. There's like the state I'm in is good on copper, but you certainly wouldn't find coal around here. You know what I'm saying? It needs rich earth. Yeah. Oh,
where is it they want to get the Appalachians?
they want those people out of there.
There's several. I have to, if I can find the link in the next few minutes, I'll post it in back chat. But there's certain areas up through there where I don't know the terminology, but mineral rights have, I guess, whoever owned the property or something, they're no longer there. So the mineral rights are up for grabs, and these people have been working on it the last couple years.
They must want like Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Dragon's Head right in the middle of Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. And isn't it Arkansas have a lot of caverns, caves, and
Well, it
it's
should.
a really strange area that way. It's like it's has the flora, but underneath it, it's like caves. It's weird.
Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky have a lot. I think Tennessee has the most caverns out of any state, but yeah, there's a lot in that region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Okay.
Then I don't want to be too negative about it. I'm just kind of just saying what's kind of on my mind, but there's going to be a lot of people, unfortunately, that are going to become homeless because we're riding around and, we're trying to assess people's needs, what needs to be fixed on their houses. But what's happening is there is so many like older houses that older people have lived in. Nothing was ever a problem because nobody had to get involved. The city didn't have to get involved. Inspectors didn't have to get involved. But now what's going to happen is these people don't have money. They're barely making it by what they got. So now what's going to happen is the city's going to step in and they're going to say, hey, well, we're not going to restore your power until you get all of this fixed.
Right.
And we went into a house today and I felt bad for the guy. I mean, he's an older guy. He done lost pretty much. He said he done lost his family, but his house is pretty much falling apart. And I already know once the city gets involved in stuff, they're going to tell this man, this house is condemned. What do you tell a person that's lived their whole life? They don't have anybody else to fight for. All they had was that one home. And now you're telling them that you're taking it from them and they got to go pitch a tent under the bridge.
Oh, he'll get to watch as the migrants move in and get government funding to repair the house.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Something.
that's a new program that they're bringing up now.
Oh, yeah. Habitat for Humanity, migrant style. Yeah.
Yep,
I can see
basically,
that.
yeah. So they, if your house is like dilapidated and you can't afford to fix it up, they move
Yeah.
you out
No, they
and
can
move into
condemn you, and
migrants
that's it.
and give
Yeah.
them enough money to basically build a new home.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They can condemn you at any time, these governments. It's in their
That's
little policies. And once they do that,
Oh
they
yeah,
only pay you dimes on the dollar.
yeah. You got to replace your wire, your heating system.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
They'll find something.
Yep. Oh, your foundation needs work. You
Mhm.
can't go on like this. I was just looking at that area that they're talking about, and man, it's a farming bonanza in that area.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
No wonder they want
the
to get rid of it.
Midwest, it is the bread basket.
Yeah,
look at
no
Yeah.
wonder they want to get rid of it.
scroll up to North Carolina and look for Asheville or Ashboro. That's your
Now,
hardest hit area.
I want to interject here, going into some history comparison. Right as the stock market crashed in 29, I believe it was
Carolina.
2 years later, 31, right in there, 32, the Dust Bowl happened. Remember that in Kansas and Oklahoma, the Dust Bowl? And those people had to move out because it was so bad. They couldn't live there. And their homes were actually condemned by the city, state, whatever.
Carolina.
And that's a big migration to California.
Right there.
Oh yeah, big farm.
Asheville, Boone, North Carolina, that whole Appalachian region right now, it's
Look
under
at
a
that.
huge land grab package.
Oh, look at that land too. Look at how green it is.
Absolutely. Yes. This is
Big floodplain. Oh, beautiful.
so.
Yeah, that'd be full of minerals too.
Yeah. So my point is, it just seems like timing is very convenient in these great crashes, where all of a sudden the weather gets bad in an area.
Oh, there's absolutely nothing coincidental about it. They do it.
Yeah,
They're
they do. Even back in the 30s, though, that's what I'm saying. Back in the Great Depression, it also had the Dust Bowl. It really threw everybody off. They got land dimes on the dollar over there, and it's never happened since.
well, you guys have been having like these heat domes. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, no, we're in one right now here. It won't go
Okay.
under 90.
Yeah, those are artificial too.
Yeah, we know this. Everybody that's lived here forever, I ask,
Yeah.
well, is this normal? No, we should be, in the 70s by now,
Yeah.
and we're still in the 90s. Yeah.
No, and the whole climate change thing is based on the climate being natural, which they've been altering since the early 50s,
Oh,
60s.
At least, yeah.
yeah. Biden just came out with a statement saying anyone who doesn't believe in climate change, we're idiots, not to be listened to.
Well, yeah, they've been changing the climate for 50 years or 60 years, right? 70.
Yeah, this climate has been changing for a long time since
Yeah.
I've been here,
They've been changing the climate
all the
constantly.
time, and we're still here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, nothing natural about it. Like climate change does happen, but
sure.
this is all man-caused climate change, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the weather is like if they turn it all off.
That's a
Because
good question.
yeah, what would the weather be like?
If they knocked it off.
Would,
Yeah.
would Mother Nature be able to fix itself immediately, or would it be like you drinking 5
No.
Coca-Colas a day and then you just stop and you're having withdrawals and you're spazzing?
Well, with their systems and stuff, they have the ability to amplify weather systems. They also have the ability to like negate them or make them
Yeah,
less.
muffle. Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't do that, right? Well, they do, depending on what they want to do with it.
If it's benefiting them,
Yeah, like right now, hammering the middle of the U.S. right is a benefit to them because those are blue states.
Can you zoom in on that map right there?
Which one?
The one, just zoom in on Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
La, 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 la.
Florida, and then, right in there.
There's
See
Atlanta.
right there, Augusta. That's where I live. That's where I'm at. Right there, Augusta. Right on the border of Georgia and South Carolina. It's the Savannah River.
Oh, okay.
Right
Yeah,
there.
go northeast a little. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Where in the city are you?
I'm somewhere around where it says Augusta.
Oh, okay.
Wow, they've already got it.
Oh, you guys got some good green spaces. You got this huge park here.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, no.
beautiful there.
Oh, it's
No,
nice
trees.
here.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, you got some green spaces. That's nice. Is that a golf course? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Just
They
the
always
country
stand
club.
out.
Probably a star fort under there somewhere.
Probably.
We have too many golf courses in my area. I know at least
Mm.
a dozen at least.
Yeah, I see a couple. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of military and generals. They love golfing.
Oh
Nice
yeah.
green area.
But yeah, you might have a lot there that they're hiding because they do. They use golf courses and Disney worlds and whatever they can put over.
Like farmland right in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that this whole weather manipulation thing is becoming more prevalent because then we can expand onto other issues like them going into the human body with it, you know?
Oh, did you hear what they released this week about Maui?
No.
This I think it was yesterday evening. They released their official report and said that the cause and the devastation of the Maui wildfires was due to a power line that broke and sparked and caused the fire.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you get. Is like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, what happened there? What they're claiming on or relying on is the fact that BlackRock took over the power company and stopped trimming the trees and stuff. Okay, so this is their backstory of it. So it was lack of care, but we know better because blue things didn't burn, children went missing, and people weren't allowed back in to fight the fire. And none of the fire crews were actually doing anything. So there was no fire that started in one single place as well. But
Hey,
that
Bruce, good to see you.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on up. Yeah, I was also going to say the mayor and the fire chief were not in town that day.
Yeah.
The fire chief has since had pedophile things put up against him.
He's a map.
Oh, we lost Wildlife. Please come back. We both got quiet. I'm sorry. Oh, here he is. There you go. I know, we all got quiet for you.
What happened? Maybe
That's
didn't
weird
like what I
that
was
Carolina
doing.
got hit bad. That's weird that Carolina got hit bad because the path of the hurricane went over here to like the Kentucky, Missouri area, Illinois.
Yeah, it did some weird turning, and
Like it turned to the right and then it turned to the left because all the storms all come up this way. They come up from the right hand side and up to the left, and then they turn up the coast. Typically, not there though. They usually go up around Cuba, and then they skirt the coast or come in.
yeah, it was. You had flooding 500 miles inland. You were seeing devastation from it. Usually, that's unheard of. 500 miles in.
Yeah, where's the water source for that?
So
I got told.
Oh, good.
No, go ahead.
I was saying there was a movie called Fahrenheit 411 or something, 412. And it was a futuristic show where firemen did not go put out fires. Firemen went in to start fires on books and paintings and all of the culture.
Yeah, that was a book I read when I was young called Fahrenheit 451, The Burning Point of Faith.
451. Thank you.
That's
I couldn't
it, yeah.
quite remember the number, people.
541. 541.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made a movie, and I thought it was brilliant. I am just thinking we're almost there.
Close to it, yeah. You've got the Ministry of Truth coming to the U.S.
Yes, I heard, and I'm not happy.
Yep.
Ministry of Truth. You
Uh-huh.
know what? Have y'all ever seen the movie? It's called Equilibrium.
No.
That sounds familiar.
It's a pretty interesting movie. It came out in the mid to early 2000s. The leading actor is Christian Bale, and basically it's set like in a futuristic world. They have a Ministry of Truth in that movie, and you're not even allowed to show emotions. Like they make you take this injection, and it makes you emotionless. They actually have a police that go around, the emotion police, and all someone has to do is say you laughed or you cried, and they'll just haul you off. Won't never be seen again. But that was one of the things that the Ministry of Truth was after. They was gathering all literature. If you were caught reading a book or had paintings and stuff like that, yeah, almost like V
Mhm.
for Vendetta. You know how they confiscated all that stuff?
No, I
Yeah,
never saw that
it's
movie. I read the book Fahrenheit 541.
yeah. No, it's a
Very,
classic.
very, yeah, it was written in Orwell's day. So
Oh, okay.
they were
Wow, they saw a
contemporaries,
lot back
right?
then.
So
Yeah,
probably British
yeah,
intelligence, you know.
yeah. Seeing what's going to happen. Yeah, no, it's. I think we're just almost there, and going back to equilibrium. Yeah, that's now the buzz is if you don't get the polka dot jabba jabba on
Yeah.
this next round, that the unjabba jabbed are the ones that are going to get sick. Like they're gonna. And I thought, oh, here I am with sci-fi movies. Put something in the air, and just certain people get it because they are not jabba jabbed.
Oh, the M Pax thing. Apparently, you're supposed to isolate for 4 to 6 weeks because of dog shedding, because you're going to shed hair everywhere. So there is a possibility of event with like dog shedding, like if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Hello, Indy.
Hey.
But most of it, I think, is electrically caused or toxins. They have found unique ways, though, to transmit things via sweat pores or electronically. Now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the sweat pores, but when this whole when this whole thing started up, the first thing I noticed was a different smell out of some people.
Like the smell of death.
Well, it made me cough and hack up a lot of phlegm.
Toxins, maybe.
It was only when I was around specific people, like those who had taken something, that they were asked to or made to. I heard of a priest out in Italy that had the same experience. He was going up to a place where they shared that stuff, and he said that the smell was overwhelming and it was ungodly, and he thought it was a warning, but he didn't pay attention to it. And since then, I've met other people that have had similar experiences where they can smell something coming off of people.
Call me crazy, but back in the spring,
Oh, Chloe is. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I purchased a watermelon, and I cut it. As I'm cutting it, just I know what a watermelon should smell like, and this smelled like diesel. The what? Yeah, it was like, did they use bad water? Was this near something with diesel? I don't know. It was weird.
Huh.
So anyway, I didn't eat it because it was, I don't know. It's like, I think it's experimental food. That's what I think it is. Made
Oh
with
yeah,
something.
there's a lot of that around. Hi,
No
fools.
doubt.
Now, do our chats combine there, G, or not?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yours has the little link.
Does it
in
do
the-
it on YouTube as well?
Yes, I think it is here.
Okay,
Wait, is it?
me check. Let me
No,
check.
I'm on
YouTube doesn't
StreamYard.
connect chats, but your StreamYard will. Both of y'all will see both of your chats.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But if somebody's
sorry,
just
yeah.
on your channel, they won't see the other channels.
Oh, okay. So we'll post each other's channels here. Here's G's channel, guys. I'm broadcasting from her channel.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, if they want to stay on, hey, no biggie at all. I don't care. I come up
Kind of
here
a mystery of truth.
I just come up here to have a great conversation and, be around some of
Yep.
my peeps,
A
as
lot
I
of
call
people
it.
know we're here anyway. So
Yeah, either way.
it's better if the chats link up properly.
I wish they would.
Mhm.
I wish that was one of their features.
It probably will be eventually.
Yeah.
Hey, Fools and Tools. Good to see you too.
Hi, Termir. Good to see you. Oh, the wonderful tinfoil hat. Mine's silver.
Mine's copper.
Nice. I got
Copper foil.
copper, silver. I got silver and gold paint. You can get it in acrylic spray paint. Really useful.
I have a Maui Seafoam Blue hat.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Seems to be working pretty good.
yeah. You haven't been lasered.
Not yet, no.
Okay, it's working. That's how you know it's working.
That's how you know it's working.
That's
Right.
funny, Maggot.
Oh, the internet told me so.
Yeah. Hi, Dean. You can hold a complete stranger hostage for 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Do they have that like deer in the headlights look? Like, how do I get away?
No, I've been there both ways, where someone just out of the blue, they want to talk to me while I'm standing in line to get my coffee or something, and then I get pulled aside even after and 10 minutes later. That's, I think sometimes city folks, they get lonely or something. I don't know. Hey, Scotty, good to see you.
Dean's good for cornering people, I hear. Dean's good at getting people to yak it up.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody pretty much mostly are welcome. I put it that way. I have discretion privileges, but other than that.
Dean gets people in the market, he says. So. I have actually, I live in a huge city, so we're mostly nameless, faceless, don't talk to each other. But even here, people are kind of vocal about what's going on.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
When the time arises, yeah, people speak up.
Standing in
Surprise.
line at the shop, the grocery store, or all that, and see something, especially older people like me.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, the circle of people, they recognize me, give or take.
Yeah,
You know,
you live in a small town though, so
I do. It's just the cutest little nowhereville.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Compared to what I've mostly been in cities all my life,
yeah.
in a fashion or a sense.
What
I
do you
didn't
got?
grow up in a
There's
city.
about
but-
5,000 people.
What's that? Yeah, no, there's more. We have actually, hey, we're up to, I want to say 40,000.
Really, in that
Yeah.
small area.
Hey, they can't build the homes fast enough. That's how
Okay.
the people
Yeah.
want to get out of what Fornia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah,
Yeah, no, they're all coming over here.
I say,
Hey, and it's better. The taxes, trust me, it's more than just politics. It's money. It's
His name
taxes.
is Robert Paulson. Hi, Snake Jones. I don't recognize you.
If you were ever to make it back here to Augusta, you wouldn't recognize it. I don't know when the last time you were here, but yeah.
I was there in Augusta, Georgia for 3 months, I think. I was stationed there after I got out of basic
Right.
training to do my advanced profession, let's say. And that was in 1988.
Oh wow, that was the year I was born.
Oh, I was there. What? I was there.
Oh, you're so young.
I appreciate you coming in town for my birth.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
hanging.
Man.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, totally
yeah.
different.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, this
Yeah.
were the 80s compared to now. I can't even imagine. But yeah, that's where I did my training. I was in Signal Corps. I did communications. So,
Nice, Elderberry. The National Guard is saving people. How many days in?
The hurricane hit 7 days ago this evening.
Yeah, so, yeah, not such a good job.
hey, everybody who just stepped in, Elderberry and Mr. Mission Control.
Hey, Mr. Mission, I like your little shorts. Those are awesome. He's doing little shorts. You guys should sub them up. They're funny. He's doing little funny shorts, you know.
Excellent.
Calling out
I've
the
seen
stupid,
trucks.
you know.
Yeah. I'm beginning to like the shorts more and more when people, have something authentic, or like you say, have a really good sense of humor about it. Because that's what I'm
He's
looking
got a
for
great
now.
sense of humor about it. It's awesome.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
It's such a clown world. Laugh with the world, as they say, isn't it? Or cry alone. Is that how it goes?
I've seen
Yeah, I
trucks
gotta
here
laugh,
from
otherwise I'd cry. I think it is.
Yeah.
all the way from
Don't quote me on it.
Texas and Virginia. I've seen trucks here from Virginia, Texas,
Yeah.
all over the place. Mississippi. I've seen some from Louisiana here.
Oh, hey, Maggot was 19 when you were born. That's a good age.
88. I was 20.
Aha. I got quiet.
I'll be back in a second. I gotta refresh my.
Okay. I wasn't going to finish with my age. Yes, I'm the elder person in the room, but that's okay. I have a really young mind, I hope.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the body's going, but the mind is still there, people.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
It's a lot better than a lot of what I run into.
Yeah.
There's some real dimwits out here.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, here, one thing I can say though, here in this little town, these people, they can't drive. 1 in 4 cars, they're either drunk or they're physically not able to drive, or they're zigzagging in front of you, kind of bad driving. And then you have those guys in those beat up piece of nothings zooming by you like they're roadsters in and out of traffic. And I'm going, dudes, where are you gonna go? 2.5 miles out, you're in the desert. You gotta be kidding me. Hey, Truth Zone, how you doing?
Hey, well, how you doing? How everybody doing? What's up, panel?
Oh, I'm doing
Thanks,
well.
thanks for letting me up, Sharp.
Yeah.
How you been?
What's up, man?
What's up in the groove? What's up, everybody?
Hanging, bro.
I feel that, man. I just figured I'd hop on for a little bit. What was the topic?
Oh, let me take this down. I got high and we've just been talking about everything. Join in. It's quite all right.
Yeah, I was gonna hop on your live the other day, but I didn't make it in time. I think I was doing something. I was like, I'm gonna hop on for a little second, but you know how the Matrix is. You get
Yeah.
sidetracked doing something else.
Yeah, I get that ebb and flow. There's days where I'd love to join, but for whatever reasons, I just can't. There's something going on in the house or something.
Right. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, so like I said, we're just talking about the really strange world out there. And
Yes.
the recent hurricane, did it hit you? I don't know where you're.
Yes, ma'am. I'm right there. I was right. I'm like right there in southern Indiana, like right there by Louisville,
Oh,
Kentucky. So it rained here for almost a week. Heavy winds for like 3 days straight.
wow.
Yeah, but it's some of this weather I feel like is them doing it, but then again I know the planet is waking up. So I feel like in a way it's judgment, but then another part of me I feel like that's them manipulating the weather. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't want to give these peons too much credit. So I'm just gonna stick with Mother Nature waking up.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, what's interesting is just before, well, just right after the 1929 stock crash depression thing, there was the great Dust Bowl in Oklahoma and Kansas, some Texas. But it pushed a lot of people just right out of their homes. And they had to, go to California, east or west of it. And I wonder now, looking at that area, there had to have been something there that the government or somebody wanted. Is it oil? What is it? I don't know.
Right,
But
right. Yeah, I seen a publication earlier talking about that, but then I'm thinking to myself, nah, that don't sound right because it seems like to me they trying to like throw us off. That's what I'm saying. I really feel like that the planet is fully like coming back acclimated and is waking up. And some of these are natural anomalies. That's what I want to, that's the feeling I have inside. That I just can't give these entities too much credit. I know they manipulate the weather and all that, but a part of me just feel like this is judgment. This is part of the dematerializing of this matrix of this system.
it's
Because
working.
what's artificial, whatever's artificial, got to go down.
Apparently, there's a big lithium mine.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, in
But they,
North Carolina.
but think about it like this: they don't need to send an anomaly, a monolithic hurricane towards the shore of North Carolina to go get the lithium. They can just go get it. They'll cause a distraction in that city and just go take it. Why even? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they had applied for the permit, and apparently the locals are pushing back on it. And this is an area that's already once been mined, like years ago, and then they stopped doing it, I guess, because they could get it cheaper somewhere else, and then now they want to come back. And yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a coincidence and very convenient for them to get in there and wipe everybody out before,
Right.
land grab. Just
Yeah,
like
They really don't want us to know what they can do with the technology because if we decide that we don't want the technology, we could tear it down in literally no time. Within half a day, we could destroy it all. And they've spent years putting that technology in place.
I just feel like this whole aristocratical system, this whole draconian system is being judged via alchemy. Earth, air, wind, fire, and water, and you can say spirit too. That's
Yeah,
that's just my opinion on it. I don't know how y'all look at it, but that's how I look at it.
you're right. Our awareness of it and the ability to cast it off, because what I've learned is they're actually using our bodies as antennas. But if we choose to and engage in the right practice, we can cast them off.
Right.
Well, I'm waiting on a tornado to hit Washington D.C. I keep waiting. I just don't see it yet.
No, I seen a video. This dude named Bedell, man. This dude is next level. I don't know if y'all heard of him. He had a publication on one of his videos to where they shooting these White House press conferences down there in Tyler Perry Studios down in Atlanta, Georgia. They not doing it in DC no more.
Right.
Oh yeah, they've already
Oh
started the
yeah,
alternate government. Cool.
yeah. His studio's huge. He's got a full scale replica of the White House, towns, cities. You'd be amazed. Yeah, what all he's got out there on this property.
Yeah, they claimed they were going to do an alternate government, right? That was one of their promises.
Well, it's an ex-military. It was an ex-military facility, and before that, it belonged to the Native Americans for generations.
It belong to us. Are you Aboriginal? You organic to the land?
Am
I
I?
am now.
Now I was at White Life. Are you Aboriginal? You sound like you
Oh
are.
yeah. Oh, I'm here. I'm born and raised.
So you know
36 years going.
we organic to this geographical landmass, man.
It's. I mean, it's so much. It's so much. You know what I mean? But you think of like, how can we get this far detached on the truth? But when it's the long game with these people, I mean, it's everything. All they do is just study the way the mind works. Everything works. You know. While you're steadily trying to grasp onto a little bit of the truth they give you, they're steadily passing another one on you. Boom, news flash, Men in Black. What was I just saying? You know?
It's the art of war, man. Everything inside of this, this artificial system is used as a weapon. A weapon is against us. Is weaponized. Education, religion, television, food, air, everything. Everything's in
Everything.
reverse.
Oh yeah.
But I got a feeling like, man, everything has to go back to zero. Everything has to go back to its original form, because this is an artificial system. The government. This is why they shooting them press conferences in Atlanta, because their time is up. I know this for a fact, man. It's over with.
I
We in the
don't
middle.
think we need a
Yeah, we've
government at
done the
all.
gods, we've had the priests, we've had the kings and the rulers, right? Time for a different thing.
No, we in the midst of an apocalypse. I was talking to my niece. I was conveying to her because with these monotheistic religions, they propagate that apocalypse means the end of humanity, the end of time. But I showed her. I said apocalypse means to reveal something that was once hidden. So this is why everything is being revealed to us in real time, because they have to show us what was once hidden under the sleep spell of King Goo. So everything's being revealed to us front and center. If you're not woke in this time period, it's not meant for you to be woke.
Well, I think people who are all in on religion, organized religion, they got the biggest wake up call to face. There's a lot of that going around, just discussing like the histories of these, the origins of these religions, and they all come back to the same nefarious source there. And yeah, that's gonna be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of them.
The truth is good. The truth got to come out. They might give it to us in increments, but that's what I'm saying. We know for a fact they can't take none of these fallacies into a new energy cycle. They can't take none of this shit that kept us in a state of hypnosis into a new cycle, man. They can't. They know they can't do it.
No.
They are trying to. I think that's why they're going to try to hold us off for a while. They may actually be laying back for a while.
Don't project it. They say for Project 2025, Project 2030, those are all projections. They need us to project that shit. They can't manifest shit. They don't have the power. They need us to do it.
They need us to agree is what they need.
Don't agree to it.
They're projecting it.
Yeah, they need us to agree that whatever they write on a piece of paper and put their little John Hancock signature.
Whether I think about it or not, or talk about it or not, will make no difference. Whether I reject it and tell others to reject it, that will make a difference.
Yeah, it's just like with all this anti-free speech shit going around. Everybody's getting their word in. I heard Bill Gates talk his shit about it, and I saw some John Kerry shit. And that just means I got to up my game and start saying the shit that I wanted to kind of not say anymore. I'm ready to kick back and take a break from fighting the war for a minute. And these motherfuckers come right out with this shit, and it's like, well,
oh yeah, John Kerry,
now.
what a jackass.
Yeah, dude. Bill Gates said it too. He said, well, the First Amendment free speech is one thing, but if you're inciting violence or making people hesitant about a vaccine. That's what the fuck he said. He
Yeah.
He
said
said that.
violence.
He said that verbatim.
He said that exactly as I fucking quoted it, bro.
Yeah, I think it was exactly as he said it.
That
Yeah,
son of a bitch, bro. I'm sick of this motherfucker, bro.
yeah. And
got a
Kerry,
damn
he said that the Second Amendment gets in the way of getting things done.
Yeah.
They think these laws and these amendments, we not under these jurisdictional codes. That's one thing they fail to realize. We don't care about the amendments and clauses. They don't mean nothing.
Right.
Every treaty that they ever signed, like with us, with my ancestors, it never came to fruition. They never held up to the end of the deal. So we don't care about them putting nothing on paper no more. They don't lie so much. The Second Amendment and Third Amendment, the Constitution ain't nothing but a contract. Everything's contractual here.
Yeah, they
A
broke
wedding
the
license.
general social contract of not trying to kill us.
Yeah, man, we don't care about that shit no more. You tell them take that Constitution and burn it, throw that shit in the garbage.
Well, they've already engaged in so much fraud and deception that they've delegitimized their own power anyway at this point. They have no leg to stand on, any of them. That includes the Supreme Court. They're all illegitimate at this point. In
Let me tell you
2020,
something. Let me tell you something, brother. They always been illegitimate because they operating on stolen land. They came here. They didn't get here to the 1700s. Really, they didn't get here to 776 because the I and the number one is interchangeable. They added on 1,000 years. So this is what they did. They went back and rewrote themselves into our so-called history. So when they say 1776, that's really an I. So it's really 776.
Thank you, Mr.
They
Mitchell.
Yeah,
added on 1,000 years. They ain't been here no 1,000 years. They
Yeah,
ain't even 400 years.
I just want to interject. Yes, I just watched a video of a channel called Divergent, and he's looking at Siberia, where he's found old pictures where something really traumatic happened, and there was a big shift in population, and they didn't know where the Russian Siberians went. And they think that they did come down in like the late 17, early 1800s when all of this. Anyway, you're right.
that's
They
the
messed us
pictures
up.
with. They show like all the trees are laying down in the same direction, like they just laid down.
Oh no, no,
No,
not
okay.
that one. Yeah, that was 1908, I think. This was back like 1795 to 1800 something. Photos of them transporting wounded Russian Siberians, and they look like they just climbed out of a mud flood. You know what I mean?
They're
Yeah,
really
it's
called
weird.
Huns. Those Siberians, those Mongoloids
Okay,
that came down here by the droves, it's
sure,
immigrants,
whatever.
it's Slovakians. They're Huns.
Yep,
They're
yep,
Oriental. Because
Yeah.
if you look at one of those Siberians or Mongoloids, they look just like the modern day Asiatic. But even those are not the real Asiatics.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's we got our history just got messed with. That's all I wanted to end that on. And
Yeah, they went back. I think they had some type of time machine. I don't know if they had a time machine, but I do know for
something.
certain they took that, they added on 1,000 years to make it seem like they've been here longer than what they've been here. They haven't
Yeah,
been here that long.
yeah. I would say, yeah, I would go. They've messed us up in the last 500 to 1,000 years, somewhere in there. Yep, I think something's really off. And just bringing it back to what we're doing here today is, it's just, I think we're just at the end of the grand American experiment, and Stalin said it perfectly. He says, you call yourselves capitalists, but you'll soon turn into fascists and then end with some communism to hold it up, but it won't work.
Facts, sharp facts. And in that lead, in it's dystopianism too, because we've been in a dystopianistic society all this time with Big Brother,
Lie, lie, lie. One big
yeah.
lie after another. Just lie. Oh, you want something done? Just lie about it. Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only free speech that they support is the freedom to lie to people. Get things out of it.
That's
Telling the
it.
truth, you don't have free speech, but if you're lying, feel free,
Man, they've been using technology since they got here, man. Only thing they did is trick. They tricksters, man. They liars. They fraud. They whole system is based on fraud. It's been fraud. This is why This is why when we speak truth, and I was telling somebody this the other day, when they talking about the 7 trumpets, the trumpets are being blown, we blowing the trumpets using our throat chakra. Because when you speak truth into existence, it dematerializes the matrix. And we're using our throat chakra to blow the trumpet. When they say that this trumpets are blowing in the book of Revelations, that's what they mean.
Yeah, people don't realize how powerful the words are.
Yeah. Spell casting power. Yeah, somehow. And what's also, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to add to that because y'all mentioned it earlier. The thing about not wanting or allowing people to have emotions, like to go to that far of an extreme, just to try to keep people from even thinking.
Yeah, they wrote it in their book with strong delusions, right? But that's where the practices that hopefully we've done, knowing ourselves, doing the inner work, finding peace, also changing the electrical potential of your skin. That's available on my channel. Piloerection, or giving yourself goosebumps, that disconnects you from the machine. So when they put strong delusion on you, you know you're trying to be affected by the machine. So you can learn to give yourself goosebumps and disconnect. And well, unfortunately, you'll just have to watch others around you and try to describe to them what's going on.
That made me think of something, Max Vision. They remember back in the day, Hooked on Phonics. They want us hooked up to a fucking machine. They want us hooked up to this artificial, this Metatronic overlay, completely sentient programs, man. They won't. When I look around, I see walking algorithms walking around. You know.
Yeah, they want it to think for you. They want
It's all narcissism, bro.
They want a little AI system. They want an AI system inside you that'll eventually do all your thinking. That way you'll only have the thoughts that they want you to have, because they're fucking narcissists.
Good luck, bro. They fucking miscalculated. I don't know. I can't speak for nobody else, but
actually they're
miscalculated for me, bro.
It's really.
Now think to yourself, ask yourself this question. If they came here and brought this dystopianistic Luciferian system to this realm, that let y'all know they not from here. They not organic to this realm. I know for a fact they not organic to this realm. Because if this is really their home, they wouldn't be doing all of this nefarious shit. They wouldn't be, poisoning the water, the air,
Yeah, there's
trying
not
to
a
program to the clouds, trying to hook us up to the clouds, that way we can be controlled.
They literally are trying to fuck everything up. Like you said, it's the fucking the weather, it's the land, the water, the food, the babies.
Our education is downhill because of the voicemail autocorrect, GP, whatever it is, T. All of that has definitely devalued the young people's ability to spell and read, because it's
they're
dumbing us down.
They have, they started with fluoride. Now they've claimed fluoride is bad for you, but they're still putting it out there. Hi, Dragon Sage.
They want to keep everybody's pineal gland calcified. I got this holistic herb. It's called Haritaki, and it decalcified is the pineal gland. I think I had mentioned this before, but everybody should try that out.
I've heard of pineapple juice and cherry juice. What's it called? Ganaki?
If you really want to get there, you just go into a dark room, nobody around, and sit and close your eyes. Because when you close your eyes, all you see is darkness. That's personification of the cosmos. So you already there. Just shut your eyes in quietness, and you right there. You're already there.
Yeah, it only takes a second. My channel is based on remote viewing using the third eye.
Right, but mind you, 95% of other of like so-called other quote unquote races have calcified pineal glands. This is from their studies, from their so-called scholars. Between 80 and 95% have not calcified pineal glands, man. The way they can't access they can't reach their higher selves. And if you have no access to your higher self, that means you have no affiliation with the cosmos.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Mission had his removed. That's funny.
It feels like it some days.
The Christ. I went on a search for the Christ and that led me to the pineal gland. So that's how I came about to remote viewing and using the third eye and decalcification and the pineal cycle, which is timed with the moon, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and a whole bunch of enlightenment.
Right. It's really your first eye. Because these two eyes we have, we only can see like 10% of the light color spectrum down here. So it's really your first eye. That's your only eye. These two eyes ain't nothing we got because we really blind down here. And we can't see nothing down here. We walking around with blindfolds on.
Oh, I'm right there with you on that one. I can't see shit. With these two eyes.
Well, and who really knows what we see? Like your eyes really, like my eyes, might see the world completely different from yours. I've seen expressions of that. You know,
Well,
even there's
that's
that gold and black experiment with the pictures, right? Where somebody
yeah.
can be
I
gold,
mean,
somebody
that's
can be black.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the
I'm
chunk.
saying
We
we
don't
see
see.
everything. I'm saying we see everything with the
Yeah.
first eye. I'm saying these two eyes are they it's a cheat. This is why they have the first eye on the back of a dollar bill, the all seer and the all knower. That's who we are.
You can
I am
copy
the all
that.
seer and the all knower. We
That's
know
the
that, we get that part, but I'm saying with these two eyes we have, we've been reduced to where we can't really see anything because we're under a lunar light cold lockdown.
No, and
You
you
know what I'm
know
saying?
the last stream we had, I was talking about symbols. Here, I'll show you where we were at, and Indy brought up to me a really interesting, good point. Was they attack us with symbolism, and we work with words. And how do you talk to a symbol with words? This is on the economic,
Oh,
the
did
the
economy.
Economist
well? There's the
magazine.
attack on memes, right?
Yeah.
Memes are so powerful.
Yeah, just
I did.
visual. Yeah.
I think I did 2 shows on memes, like talking about for 2. I think you showed up for one of them. But how the power of the meme has the power to change the world, especially in today's economy of socialism, like social economy. A meme is so powerful because it can reach millions, if not billions, in the matter of hours.
Yeah. Just this picture in front of us says so much in just a few seconds of our intake. It would take minutes in words. You know what I mean? It's like, it's very immediate.
Discussed this for over half an hour.
Yeah,
Yes.
it doesn't require much intelligence for the normie to fucking like
Follow.
figure a symbol out, you know?
Correct. Exactly. But how do you speak back to that? Or how do you, yeah, it's a one-way communication, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, unless you like deface it in some way.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Then you have, then you've made your symbolism back. True.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's fact sharp because when I first, came into this reawakening, when I started having a total recall and I started to remember who I was and remember what I came here to do. I thought these sigils and symbols were nefarious, but in all actuality, these sigils and symbols have been inverted by these Luciferians because most of these symbols and sigils come from ancient Kemet. They
Yeah, and
just
they
took
flipped
everything
it.
we had. They took all all our sacred knowledge and inverted it. They really ain't
Exactly.
take it. They just hijacked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they all
Yes.
have their good and bad meaning. Even the gods have their good and bad sides. So they're trying to exemplify the negative side of all these symbols.
Yeah. Or just, again, lie. Say this symbol means this now. And after a
Yeah.
decade or two, people just buy into it, whatever the symbol is.
Because the reason why they inverted it and they tell the masses that it's bad, that way we stay away from it. And say, oh, don't go near that voodooism and witchcraft and none of those sigils and symbols, because it's really our shit. They just want you to stay away from it.
Just throw a skull
Yeah.
and crossbones on it. You know what I mean? Throw a yellow caution sign on it.
Facts, bro.
It's like the same people that's selling the weed killer. It's the same people that's selling people the medicines. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is
Like, how
so
could you even make
bad,
that make
guys.
sense in the even in the that's a perfectly inverted world. You know?
It is.
That's
That's
another
why.
example of racketeering too, right there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, just the corruption, it like a fish, has rotted from the head down, and we are at the tail. And it's got to start over, even if it's bad, but it's got to start over,
Well,
And that's why I was
something
going
is
to ask. Oh, before you go, I was just going back to dates again. The 1700s. I watched another channel talk about this too. I brought this up before. That, call it what you want. I'm just narrowing it down to the devil because I have no better word for it. But the evilness, the devil, had arrived at some time in the 1700s, because from that point forward, we have just been on leaps and bounds heading in a really strange, bad direction. Just
Yeah,
And-
I mean that's when a lot of these secret society groups kind of started up around that time too. You know,
yeah, late 1600s to now.
somebody
Yeah.
got the like I don't- you know, we think about those times how people were probably living way more simply, and you would think being more focused on day-to-day survival, but apparently they had these groups with these big hundreds of year agenda plans.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That's just not a natural.
Where was the
Like-
Battle of Waterloo?
Was it 1812?
Oh, look
'Cause
at that.
that was one of the good kicking off points.
I apologize, everybody. I'm so sorry. That's my phone. Yes, I have a banjo.
1815.
Very close. Yeah, very close. Sunday, June 18th, 1815.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when the Rothschilds made a buttload of money.
Mm.
The Rothschilds. The
Yeah.
Rothschilds, those are Aldebarans, man.
Yeah,
That's
that
those are they hybrids.
was
No,
Yes.
they're the lower
right.
version
Yeah.
of Aldebarans.
Yes.
Aldebarans. I gotta make sure I'm saying that right. But
I do. I
these are
call them-
these are just parasitical. These are just parasitical entities, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was
I
the
don't even think. I think most of them have been unalived.
as the that was the same time as these Frankists, these people who believed that sinning against God would bring back the Savior, bring back God. So these societies, and they went on these older traditions. They subverted all these older traditions to give themselves legitimacy, right, in their own eyes and amongst their followers. So.
Well, it's pretty mainstream belief now in this that country over there that's causing all the problems.
Yeah.
They
Protesting,
keep openly talking about it.
protesting to be able to rape the prisoners is kind of a interesting take on life.
Yeah. Everything about them, there's nothing spiritual or godly. Every time you look at that little country, there's nothing that screams legitimate, godly, chosen or otherwise.
There
Are
are,
you talking about the state of Israel?
there are parts of it. There are sections of it, I'll say, that are probably.
What geographical landmass y'all talking about? What country or state y'all talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Palestine.
Oh, Palestine.
Yeah.
They the same. You gotta think they the same as the Khazarians. They the same bloodline. They
Most
really
of them.
the
Most of
Palestinians and the Israelis, the so-called Israelis. They not really they hybrids. They the same people because the Khazarians are nomads. They don't have a homeland.
Yeah, there's
Neither do those
about eight-
Palestinians.
there's about 8 different major sects of Judaism. The Khazarians are one of them. The Khazars, yeah. The Sephardic Jews, probably the most original of them. But then there's the tribes of Dan and all that splintered off into Europe and stuff, because
Right.
the original Israelites were a mixed multitude who spoke the Semitic language. It had nothing to do with race, really.
Right. Look, that's what I'm saying. Look up the etymology for Khazarian. It means wanderer. That means they don't have a home. They just wandering around, stealing land. And then go look up the Balfour Declaration of 1914, to where they made they
Yeah.
legitimized the state of Israel on paper.
Right.
It became,
They were a
it became a
mob.
state on the contract.
They
They
were
come out of Kazakhstan, which is actually in kind of like
mob.
Western Russia. but they adopted Judaism. I forget when, between the 7th and 12th century, and called themselves Jews from that point on. But yeah,
Yeah,
They,
they were
they
a
are, but you
mob. They
gotta think that they
infiltrated.
are,
I'm actually they use the word Semitic, which is kind of funny because I'm Caucasian, which means that my ancestors probably came from Iran, which means that they probably were also Semitic speaking people.
right. I was gonna say something. I
So
was
I
gonna
could call
say,
myself, so I could call myself Semitic in some respects. It's funny.
no, they
Yeah.
don't have a homeland, man. None of them do. They don't know where they come from. They know where they come from. They just don't have a home.
No,
Well, that was
and
the
I think
last
that's
place
and
that
I
they
and I
separated.
think that's with most of us. I think if we all took a DNA test to find out, what we're made of, I think we'd all be quite shocked.
Oh yeah, we're all travelers.
Yes, many, many different things. Yeah, it's anyway.
All I know is when I look at nature, I emulate nature. Like I have an afro. My afro looks just like a tree. It looks just like a bush. So when I I am all and all is me. So when I look at nature, I know I'm directly tied to the Fibonacci sequence of nature
Mhm.
because I'm organic to this realm. I know that for a fact. I don't have to listen to no scientists, no biologists. I know
Yeah.
this comes from within. I know this for a fact from the bottom of my heart. I know that I'm organic to this realm. Because like I said, when I look at nature, I see myself in nature.
I get a big old lion's mane when I grow my hair.
Yeah, I would have to say my
That's
power
being
animal.
natural.
Yeah, my power animal is probably prairie dog.
There's all kinds of different hair in nature.
Yeah, I'm a prairie dog looking.
Yeah, I'm not from no outer space. I don't. I might.
Yeah.
This
Outer
definitely feels like
I was a blue-eyed, white-haired baby, which was kind of funny. I would have been like Noah there, and then yeah, my hair turned brown when I got older. That's because I'm a mix of a couple different people.
Oh, hey, we lost Life. I hope you come back. It
Yeah,
might
he a
be
cool
late
dude. I
though.
like him, man. He's cool.
Yeah, he's great, isn't he? Yeah,
I
absolutely.
not
But
know.
it gets late on the East Coast and they're
You came from
working.
the sea. We all probably came from the sea because I think we all came from the dragons.
Remember that movie Mermaid Under the Sea.
I never saw it.
And think about this. Think about this. Water is space. Space is water. So when they say they going out
Mhm.
of space, they really going undersea.
Yeah,
We
Yeah,
water beings. We
I
80%
saw the
water.
one with that
We
pretty
made up of
blonde.
80% of water, right? And our
yeah. That's
physiology,
why.
as above, so below.
Yeah, that's why I say it's spaceships. Why are they not space planes? Just wondering.
Right. Because
Yeah,
a boat is a spaceship
Yeah.
because water is space.
Yep, I think so too. As
I
above,
think
so
it is
below.
myself. I think it's much more
Hmm.
watery than they tell us.
I think we're
Look,
under
when you
some
look,
dome.
And all that
say
lensing,
you say,
all
say
that
you
lensing through their telescopes, like lensing through galaxies, that they say is gravitational forces, could be lensing of water because water
Yeah.
acts as a lens.
Well,
say you got a
I
significant say you got a significant other. I don't even cut you off. Say you got a significant other you can't stand. What do you say to each other, man? I need space. I need space from you right now. So if you look at the geographical landmass of America and look at Europe, it has space between it. What's the space between it? Water. So
Yeah,
that
they
let
call it area, right? You know, it's a big area. Who knows what it is? I do think it's much more water.
I mean, shit. As far as I know, dude, I'm just taking everybody's word about this Europe shit. I ain't never been
Right,
there.
Emmett?
So,
I am it. No
you know
life
what I
without
mean?
water.
That's like with the flat Earth discussion. It's like, well, until I'm high enough to see for myself, I don't really care about other people's opinion at this point.
Right?
I just assume certain things.
I think
but
they're very interesting, though. I think the flat Earth, infinite plane Earth, the different level Earth, where they're all like pancaked on top of each other, those are kind of cool. I like discussing them.
it's really a spiral because everything comes from a coil. The
Yeah,
Fibonacci spiral.
yeah. What
Everything
about
comes,
it being a Mobius loop? What if it was a Mobius loop?
right
Infinite, right?
in the movie Lion King, like like I said, they put truths in these movies and inside in some of these documentaries, even these cartoons. They say the circle of life. Everything comes from a Fibonacci spiral. This
Okay.
plane is a spiral.
Well,
My
a
Yeah,
lot
heard.
of
if you
people, a
just
lot of
twist it,
people are looking
connect both
towards the
ends.
toroidal. The toroidal is a spiral of a sort. Yeah,
Well,
there's
In
I
a
got a
way.
question. I got a question about all that.
Hi,
Why
Paula.
would they tell us truth in movies and then just lie to us in
Hey,
our books? Why
Paula.
not just teach us the fucking truth?
They do tell us some truths to make the lies sell.
The reason why they have to give you the truth because it breaks universal law. Them giving you the truth, they have to tell you the truth in plain sight. Because if they don't, that breaks
Yeah, it
cosmic
didn't
law.
come up.
And they
Well,
abide by cosmic law more than what we do. We follow these maritime, man-made, artificial laws. They go by universal laws, the laws we supposed to abide by.
then what is
They have
the
to give
what
you the,
is
they have
the
to give you the truth in some type of form or fashion. That way they can escape karma, but they can't escape karma. It's too
why?
late
Well,
for them.
who's policing karmic law at this point? Because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. If they can just this is one of the things I heard about the country over there, the J religion, is that they have this aspect to some of it where they're supposed to, they have like extra laws for themselves that they're supposed to adhere to, but they find ways around it, almost like they're tricking God. They're finding themselves to be more clever than. So I just asked, all this cosmic law and shit, are they? They're clearly deceiving. If you're telling people a lie and a truth, you're still lying to them, right? So how are they able to get away with that shit? The only really conclusion I can come up with is that this is somehow Satan's
They not
domain.
getting
You know what I mean?
they not getting away with nothing, man. They look what they doing. They punching the reset button. They scared to death. Christ returned. Christ consciousness is returning. People are starting to wake up and
Well,
remember. The planet is waking up. Why you think these freaks going underground building bunkers? They trying to escape their judgment, man.
well, they're doing a lot of fucking damage because we all got a limited lifetime here, and I could tell you the last 5 years has been fucking rough for me as far as my fucking plans. You know what I mean? I've had to take time out for my shit to deal with all this nonsense, and I get that it's a progress or whatever that's happening here, but at the end of the day, they still stealing from all of us, and I don't have very much patience with waiting around, but they are getting away with a lot of shit, and there's still kids coming up missing from all this migrant.
Well, they're
You know what I
planning
mean?
to kill you. That's my biggest problem. Is they are planning to kill you.
Yeah.
Facts, Max Vision. Yeah, and that's when they say kill. When you say kill, they want to kill the mind first. They don't care about killing you physically because they really kill you slowly. My dad asked me that. He said, "How come they
Any
want you to
way
drop a
they
bomb?"
can do it. Any way they can do it. Yeah. Yeah. If they can get you to kill yourself quick, they'll take that. You know. But
Go
if they
read what. Go read one of their
if
books.
they can
Go
get a
follow
bunch of money
Catholicism.
out of you, if they can get a bunch of money out of you through having you kill yourself at war or having you kill yourself through the medical industry, that's fantastic too. I
But
learned.
why is suicide illegal?
It's not. Welcome to Canada. We
Well,
made a
well,
buttload of money off of that.
it's illegal here, I guess. If you try to jump off a bridge.
Yeah, we made a buttload of money off that selling organs.
Yeah, you have to pay them first, Indie Groove. You have to give them, their commission, and then you
Yeah,
can get
Yeah.
offed.
Yeah, it's a good money thing.
It is.
It's a great money maker.
Yeah, they'll get your last dime as you're going out.
Yeah, we'll do it for free up here. Government of Canada will pay for it.
Yeah, the state.
And we'll give you the drugs that don't damage your organs so that we can harvest those after.
Okay.
For victims of disease or, people out of country. Whatever.
Well, according to rumors.
These parasites are sick, man. Like they harvesting the organs, they harvesting our energy.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah,
time
well,
is up, man.
like I
They
said-
gotta go.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the new thing is it's the ones who don't get the jab a Jew are the ones next that are going to get ill.
What harvesting all these organs and shit, right? They can't be just harvesting them just for people who need like a new liver or a new kidney or some shit.
No, you don't have that many emergency surgeries.
Right. So for as much organ harvesting that seems to be going on all the fucking time, they got to be eating these motherfuckers, right?
They are. You
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
we're being eaten here, spiritually and physically. On the spiritual side, they harvesting your energy via your soul, put you in certain problematic situations to get loose off of you, and then when you die, they eating your body, they eating your organs. This is how they eat. This is how they survive. These are parasites, man. These are soulless entities, man. We at war on all type of different fronts. We at war. First you got to. It's a war with yourself. From within, higher self versus lower self, and then you got a war with this technocratical system.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
they
you
want our
guys have all
blood.
heard of MK Ultra, right? You've heard of
Yeah.
that. Well, every one of these fuckers, every one of these pretty much bastards, except for up at the very, very top, they've been put through basically MK Ultra. They were broken too. They were broken on purpose, or they were born broken. Some of them convert quite easily. But I was trying to point out the Sabbatean and Frankus earlier and the debauchery of it. It includes incest and any sin that you can commit. So these people, if they are people indeed, I think they are, but through systemic MK Ultra mind control reading, basically, these people are almost soulless. Their medulla are probably so over exaggerated, it probably takes up all of their pineal, all of their neocortex, part of their hippocampus, and everything else is just squished out other than ego. And that's unfortunate, but brain morphology can change over a lifetime. These sick people can be fixed. And even they know how to do it electronically. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they've done enough at this point. I don't fuck them, bro. I ain't worried about fixing these motherfuckers, bro. I got no compassion for any of them. Like a Bill Gates type, you know what I mean? Like that motherfucker's done said so much already.
Well, he was raised believing that everybody was a parasite. He had a fucking asshole.
Yeah. That's irredeemable to me.
Grandfather. We know that this stuff is systemic throughout generations, and that's the problem.
They go back. Think about what they called us. What they called us melanated people. What they called us copper colored people. They called us super predators back in the 90s. Yeah, we are super predators. We hunt y'all asses down. We know y'all low vibrational. We know y'all not from this realm. We know y'all inorganic. We know y'all not from here. So yeah, we super predators. We can see y'all low vibration. We can see y'all artificial. We know we see y'all don't have an aura.
They're from here. They're
more narcissistic projection, bro.
Man, they not from here, man. They are not from this realm, man. They not from here, man. Because like I said before, if you had a house, would you terrorize your own house and poison it and do the shit they do to this realm? No, they not from here. They not organic to this realm.
Every people has shit on each other, has shit on themselves, has shit on this land.
Man, they not from here, man.
Yeah, I don't relate to any of that.
Man, they are not. They are inorganic to this realm. They can't even be in our. They can't even be in front of our faces. They can't even be out in the damn sun.
Everybody has had their rulers. Everybody has had their despotic rulers.
If you sit in the sun, you melting. If the sun's getting hotter and you melting in the sun, that means you're not from here.
No,
I just have to point out that there is a lag, so give people a little breath in between talking because it's clashing. Thanks.
All I'm saying is, I'm gonna say this before I go. We used to have 2 suns in our solar system, right? In our atmosphere, we used to have, I think, 3 suns at one point in time. Somebody had conveyed.
We had 3 different suns, according to not Blavatsky.
But check, let me get this off. If we have 1 sun here, right? They can't even be in the midst of that sun. They can't even take that sun without melting in the damn sun. So just imagine if we had 3 suns up there like we used to, they wouldn't even be able to live in this realm. So I'm saying that to say this: they are not from this realm. They are inorganic, and they know it. They know it.
Mic drop.
Hi, everyone.
Uh,
They
Well,
are inorganic and they know it. And with that cube headed this way, I'm thinking Borg. If anyone has watched Star Trek, I'm thinking Borg.
What's up? What's up, Kimball? Not Kimball. Not the other.
Well,
What's
nothing but Paula. What's up, bro?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm real passionate about this, man, because I've done my due diligence, I've done my
Yes,
research. Like I
you
said, this come from within, man. They
Mhm.
not from here, dog. I'm just telling that's the cold hard truth.
well, that's one of the things I've had to come to grips with the past few months. I've always had this thing where I just assumed other people were kind of like me in a lot of ways, like as far as just certain commonalities, and you don't do certain things to certain people because it's just an asshole. Now I've come to the point now where I've had to rethink it and say, you know what, we're not all the same here. There's definitely a segment of the population that's
There are different
not,
societies, definitely.
yeah, not like me, bro. Not from the
No,
same.
I'm not talking about nobody on this panel per se. I'm saying
Yeah.
these parasitical entities that set up these corporations on stolen land. They not from here. That's what I'm saying. Not nobody on this panel. I'm saying these warmongers, these
Yep.
Yes.
parasitical
Yep.
entities, man. No, they not from here.
Oh,
Yep. I fully understand you, True Zone.
I understand your perspective. Yeah, but they
I
are
agree with a lot of
they're
what
in
you
the
said.
society. Do you see how they keep their lineage pure? How they keep their money in the family lines? They're very specific.
Yeah.
Right. And they not elite. Ain't nothing elite about them. We elite. I've been here.
We are
Oh,
the
yeah.
elite.
We've been here. I've been here since day one. We walked Atlantis. We've been here since the beginning of time. So how the hell are they elite if they just got here?
Hmm.
I'm not gonna give them that
Damn
much respect
newbie.
to
Yeah.
call them elite. I've been here. I've been here just as long as this round been here. So how the hell they elite over me? And if
Right.
I'm organic to this round, how? Make it make
Yeah.
sense.
Yep.
I'm what they
We are
want to
the
be.
elite. They came here, took over our planet, and enslaved us.
Yeah, and I'm going right back to the 1700s again. Something happened, and they, them, whomever's. I think they started right about then because you're right. They've handed the money and the power down in families. If they could get away with a monarchy, they would. If they have to do a presidency, no problem. You know, they're wiggly when it comes to that because they're all behind the scenes. We don't see them.
Where's all
Why
the
they
gold?
would never let us see them because they could never be attacked. You don't know who they are or what they are. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Um, yeah, are you done talking?
Yes, I'm over.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt you. I got a bad habit of that because I got these thoughts in my head. I was just reminded by a church flyer I got in my email. They're going to have a little gathering and decide our fucking fate. And one of the things they're going to be talking about is who's going to be the next world leader or world ruler. Now, when people vote, they think they're just voting for a president of the United States because, you know, we have all these other presidents. There's Zelensky and Putin and all these other fucks, clowns. The one that is the world ruler is going to be whoever is president of America. People need to keep that in mind. So when it comes to Antichrist, world leader, it's whoever is president of a fucking America. We're not waiting for one fucking guy. It's every single one of them.
Yeah,
Guys,
nobody
a lot of
really.
this thing. Go ahead, Indy.
What's that?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna add. Yeah, I don't believe in this whole. I'm to the point after 2020 where there's no authority over somebody else type shit. You know what I mean? I don't have a leader. I don't have a boss. I don't have a fucking authority
You
figure.
are your leader. You are your boss. You are
Yeah,
sovereign.
everything
you are
I do,
free.
I agree to.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
ain't
With the whole
nobody
alien, with the whole alien and human debate, one thing that can bring it all together is real lizards. And you've heard of the Black Eye Club amongst politicians and
Oh yeah.
celebrities, right?
Yes.
Well,
The black
real
eye.
lizard, the real lizard causes the black eye because when a real lizard invades a human body, and these are underground creatures, they're not aliens, they're from here. But when they invade the human body, they leave a black eye. And that person becomes malleable because they'll all they're after is sensation, and that goes back to pretty much the Frankists society, or the Sabbatean
Yes.
Frankists, who are all about satisfying earthly pleasures and sinning against God. So, we don't really have to go off planet to get like an alien type invasion happening, but a very controllable version of the story is real lizards and possibly humans or interdimensionals above that in a real secret society that you haven't heard of.
Yeah, one we haven't even heard of. And I want to have a fun with words with the word Sabbatean because that resembles the word sabotage all damn day long.
Yeah, there's a lot of yeah, that's where the word actually kind of rooted from, because it was
That's what I thought.
to sabotage God's word or covenant.
Coven, yeah.
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 Yeah, this whole history of these freakish behaviors goes way back to Samaria, and that was a lot of Apollo worship, and that's what they're doing right now underneath the Vatican, is Apollo worship. So
That's what's happening in Trump's
a lot
apartment.
of people believe is what they're doing is they're channeling entities from Jupiter, and they're giving them these technologies and plans to have things like AI. They've been doing it for a long fucking time, since the 1800s. That's why they came up with things like the computer long before the computer existed.
Yep. You'd be surprised the technology back that just sprouted up out of nowhere.
So there's your actual aliens, but I don't think they can come here at the moment.
Well, I push back on the AI thing just a little bit, only for the fact that they're fucking way overselling us on what it actually is. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely, yes.
yeah. That's
But
the
it has been in existence since the 50s. We're being given a really dumbed down version of it. Iran admitted to using it for in their politics, and the Gotham system. Sorry, the Gotham system by Palantir was deployed on the social media and internet of Europe to steer their elections, which it did by almost 30%, getting left-leaning politicians elected.
Well, Google is
Things are being deployed, but they're not sentient, and they have no way of actually making them sentient.
yeah, Google is actually doing that that whole routine with influencing the election. There's a website, I forget the name of it, something watch. But anyway, this guy's cataloging all the calls them ephemeral instances or something like that. Was basically these very short-lived algorithms, if you will. It's like when you type a word into the search bar and it drops down suggestions. That's an ephemeral kind of algorithm where it just kind of happens and it kind of goes away. It's not really a process. But this guy cataloged it, and as far as these elections go, they definitely there's definitely evidence there that they could be clearly convicted in a court of law type evidence about.
Oh yeah, it's interference, definitely.
Yeah,
it is. There, I'm sure.
All this technology is based off the human anatomy and physiology. Everything they do is based off of us, and some of this technology been around since the ancient of times. Because we was a Type 2 civilization before. This stuff that they have is nothing new under the firmament dome. It's just recycled technology. They making it seem like it's new, but it's really not.
No, it's not. None of it's new. They had floating cities back in the back 4,000, 6,000 years ago.
When we were Atlanteans, we were sub-physical. We didn't even walk on the ground. We floated around.
I'm not
A
into
lot, a
that.
lot, a lot of us walked
Yeah.
Atlanta. A lot of us incarnated in that so-called "quote unquote" time period. If you
I,
really tapped in,
I
you
think
can,
it
and
has
you tap into
more.
your if you tap into your Akashic records, you can remember. You can go back. You can remember. You can see it.
Yeah, some people believe that's the body. I think that has more to do with the mind. But, you know, I view it in both ways and try to understand it. This is the Gotham system, and they're describing how it works, showing you little graphics and shit.
I can't. What is it, like a network?
Yeah, they're showing you the network on, you know, with different spurs, how they tap into phones, systems,
Oh,
gather
well,
data, repeat, write data, you
well,
know.
there's a scene in one of those movies, I guess The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight, one of those Batman movies that came out, where they basically showed that in a scene where the guy's got all the screens up and it's everybody's phone conversations and shit happening in real time. He's trying to find this one guy, but where's that base? That's all Gotham City.
Yeah. Well, here, listen to this. I'll read a few things from it. So, here, let me see. Gotham, your software is the weapon system. Okay? And they're showing you all those cool little graphics. Decision dominance from space to mud. So, from the ether to the ground, they've got you covered. They know everything that's going on. Orchestrate combat power, obviously, because the new systems, the Valkyrie system in the US, is going to be one pilot with 4 AI driven combat systems. So other planes, cannon fodder, whatever. Combat superiority, AI driven. Isn't that awesome? Right? They're showing you graphics on how they can do that. They're showing you the area they can cover. That's really so yeah, they
Well, like
power
even that,
power the kill chain. That's a wonderful
right? Well, even
thought.
that agenda and that drive, all this combat, all this fucking war, all this fucking aggression, like that's not something I feel that's natural to my species, if I'll say it that way.
Well, you got to be a twisted individual, that's for sure. But there are a certain amount of the population that are twisted individuals. You can look up you took psychology. You
Yeah,
must
but
have an idea of the percentages of those who have no functional prefrontal cortex, those that are born with a condition where it just doesn't operate.
yeah, but those are very, very rare as far as like a
What about
physical anomaly.
narcissists and psychopaths? What percentage of the population do
Well,
they?
yeah, that they say it's a one number, but I doubt it's that low. I think it's actually a lot higher than what they.
So, what are your estimates on it then?
Um, shit, man, I don't know. I would say it's got to be at least 20-25%. One out of every.
I grew up with 1 out of 5, so
Yeah, that seems more correct than just 5% or whatever they try to say.
yeah. So the amount of physiological or mental problems in our society is high. Now, is that artificial or do you think it's natural?
No, I think it's the environment for a lot of it.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's artificial. Matter of fact, I don't think I know it's artificial because if you hooked up to religion psychologically, that makes you mentally ill because you waiting on a savior outside of yourself. You believing in all these illusions. Illusions. Ill means keeping you sick. You mentally ill,
Yeah.
sick.
If
Hooked up to a metatonic overlay, a matrix, a simulation.
right? If we were projected positive, healthy imagery throughout our lives, do you think you might think differently than you do now?
Yeah, yes and no. Because then,
I think I would, and I know that at least 50% of the population would guaranteed.
right.
They
Yeah, I think I'm saying.
Yeah. So if we were fed wholesome, stuff constantly, oh man, where'd you go?
No!
Yeah, we would be probably much more wholesome. I don't think that the psychopathy that's prevalent in society now would be as much, you know. And if they stop trying to promote negative emotions on us, like they seem to do through the frequencies that they're using, and that, like, how wonderful could life actually be? You know, and they've made us like separate
Yeah.
from each other, putting our heads down, not looking each other in the eyes, not smiling, saying hi like we
Yeah.
should, you know.
Yeah. I do all of that. I do everything they don't want me to do. Fuck them.
You
Fuck them
should
if they
do
can't
that.
take a joke.
Do
Joke them if they
smile.
can't take
Do
a
say hi to people. It's very important.
Yes, and smile or nod or whatever you got the time to do. You
Hmm.
know? Yes.
Right, Loretta? Negative news 24/7, you know. Yeah. And that's,
I
you
don't
know, that's what we're all, that's the least what, you know, I've been promoting and many others, right? Putting positivity in your life. Because if
Yes.
you are the positive experience, the negativity can't get to you.
Well, and I think what is important is going back to the magical inner child that Nathan Sanders is always talking about. Do the things you used to love to do when you were a kid,
Yeah.
and you'll find a lot of joy in that. I recently had my husband get me a big ass box of crayons and coloring pencils, and I got a spiritual coloring book where it's got all kinds
Nice.
of mandalas in it, and I'm gonna get busy.
Right on. You're a good man, Mike.
I
Yeah,
told
I'm
him I needed
still
it, and he got them for me.
Yeah. Yeah, right, Milky. Robert. Human interaction is very important, yes. Yeah, that's actually how we grow, is through
He also,
interaction. The
he
positive,
also
the
got me some
negative.
spirographs kits.
Oh, spirograph? Oh, cool.
Spirograph kits. I can make my own mandalas.
Nice.
Mandalas. Yeah. Mandalas, dipshit. But yes,
I'm
Mike said thank you,
I'm
Max.
still in the same psychological
Gotcha.
or heart space as I was as a kid. There's still certain
Yeah, I
things.
still love looking at an anthill. Yeah.
Yeah, like simple stuff like that I could still get off on, you know what I mean? It's like
I've got a little flock of birds I feed every day. They follow me around. It's fun.
Oh, you're like Cinderella.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They follow me around for donuts.
Oh, they're like, that's the donut man. I love feeding the birds and playing with them, talking with them. It's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. You know what some of them do is they go down and they'll push out their downy feathers and flap their wings with their head up in the air like they're a chick, right? So they're pretending that they're a chick being fed. It's hilarious. So they push their down feathers out on top of their regular feathers so they look like a puffed up chick.
bird brains, right?
Yeah, but you know, if you used to like to draw
Some
a cat.
of them thought them through. This got mom to feed me, so maybe this gets the human to feed me.
Yeah, well, yeah. And
And
that's
it
what we
works.
really
It's
are
cute as hell.
supposedly here for, is to take care of the animals.
Yeah, it works. It's cute as hell.
Yeah. I love the chickadees, man. I love talking to
Mm.
chickadee dee dee dee. And then when they change it up on you and they go dee 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 and you can't do it, they go they're so cute.
Yeah, we got a few of them up here, but mostly we got sparrows. They're from England.
We used to have a lot of chickadees. I'm worried for the chickadees. Because
Yeah,
we don't have hardly no
they land
chickadees
on
no
your
more.
hand. They come and like land right on you. They're so brave.
They're brave. They didn't land on us. They'd land on the deck railings. But,
Yeah,
you know, we used to have a lot of them. Just fill our bush and we could just talk with all of them. And then it's been like 2 years. I ain't hardly heard or seen a chickadee.
yeah. The ones up here, they'll land on your finger and feed if you put some seeds in your hand.
If I ever see them again, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, just
Maybe
hold your
they'll tell
hand
my
up.
little friends.
Hold your hand up and look the other way for a bit, and just keep your eyes glanced over that way, but your head faced away. and they'll come and land right on your hand.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we have a place called the Laking Garden. There's chipmunks, squirrels, and endless kind of birds that'll pretty much come up and ask for food. You know, so everybody's real nice to them.
I'm back. And
Yay,
Truth
Tina.
Zone.
Chris,
Sorry.
come on, man. Well, I think he fucking his internet went or something because he'd already be back up here.
Yeah,
Is
well,
he in
Truth
queue?
Zone, come back sometime.
Is he sub to Max too? Everybody, check your live chat. See if he's out there.
I haven't seen
He
Chris.
left, and I was like, no.
I think he dropped by in chat. I'm not sure. Once.
Yeah, I think he did earlier. But anyway, yeah, I just went to refill my coffee and anyway, well, good. I don't know what you guys were talking about.
Well, we're talking about doing what you like to do as a kid to get
Ah,
your joy and your peace back. You know, tap into your magical inner child, the one that Nathan Sanders is always talking about. And I
gotcha.
said had my husband get me some crayons and some colored pencils and a mandala coloring book and I got a couple of spirograph kits and yeah, I'm gonna tap into
Say,
my magical inner child.
Cool.
hey, Capricorny. And no, I saw you in there a while back. I meant to say hi, not no. Good to see you.
No.
Hi, Capricorny. I didn't see you there either.
Yeah, you get to talking and it's hard to see.
Oh, you didn't that much if you were there earlier. Nope.
Crickets.
Just came in. Cool.
Well, I
I'm just
hope he
popping
comes
here.
back up here.
What?
Oh, he said he was going to be leaving. So we were in the middle of talking, though.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wanna just-
Have you guys
we were
heard of
talking to him.
the Chittahuri as well? The Chittahuri also emulate us, but they're not aliens either. They're inner Earth lizards. The ancient stories really, except for the Anunnaki, which can be apparently woefully misinterpreted, they're about the only real incursion. But most of the real incursion seems to come from lizards from inner Earth, the Vril and the Chittahuri, who are shapeshifters. The Vril invade our minds. The Chittahuri are the shapeshifters that assume roles in politics and high power.
Is that spelled Chitta?
Something like that, yeah.
We have a place nearby here. It's called Bogachitta.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's like
Credo Mudwa was a African chief and priest who told David Icke the story of the Chittahuri. Where do you live?
me. I'm
You're in the
on the
Midwest.
border of Louisiana and Mississippi.
Let me check that out.
The Bogachitta it's basically, if you could find a place called Macomb, Bogachitta and where I'm at is near all that. It's the southern part of Mississippi, above like the big Lake Pontchartrain. I'm about an hour north of New Orleans, straight directly north.
Bogachitta.
Yeah, it's like a preserve place. There's a lot of campgrounds and shit there. It's like
What
this.
state is it in? Missouri?
Mississippi.
Mississippi? MS.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Let me see.
Am I in Mississippi?
It's like BOGUE.
Mississippi. Yeah, yeah. You're on
Yeah,
the south
Bogachitta.
end of Mississippi there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if that's a preserved area for some reason.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of. Oh, what are those?
Well, we have a lot of
Yeah.
Indian grounds around here, a lot of
It's Indian.
Confederate cemeteries. This is
Looks
a
like
very
earthworks. Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Huh?
very historical area around here.
Ooh, nifty.
And not
Birds.
far off from a place that's named after a lot of biblical names, like that Mount Hermon. It's supposed to be the place where the fallen angels fell to earth. We have Mount Hermon, Louisiana, is right down the road. And I've noticed
Yes.
that most states have the same names like that. They'll have a Mount Hermon
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Counties too.
Wow.
And
I'm trying to
Paraguay.
figure out what this is.
A bird. Two dead birds.
Well, I'm
Little
thinking
birds.
that as well. Yeah, it's some kind of a. You live near to this?
This is Bogachita.
Yeah.
Baby
Yeah.
dragons. I don't know.
Yep.
That looks
This
dragon-esque
is
over
something,
top
dude.
right.
Oh, we got some
There's
trippy shit
something.
here, dude.
This is something. I don't know what the hell it is.
Something here.
I was going
It
to say
almost-
first off a dragon, but you know,
It
I
kind of looks
can't
like
tell.
a lion, like the Leo
griffin?
constellation, kind of. Kind of
Griffin.
looks like that. Looks like a lion Leo conflict.
I
Like it's
can see
upside
that
down,
too
right?
in the grave, but it's
Yeah,
upside
yeah.
down.
I could see
Uh-huh.
the head at either end of it, down at the bottom end here. That could be a
Yeah.
head. Right?
Yeah.
That could be the eye. That could be the mouth. That could be the bottom of the jaw. It's lying on its back. Its arms are
And from
kind
a
of
distance, it
outstretched.
does look like the Leo
Yeah, its
constellation.
arms are outstretched, and there's its tail.
What's the
Or I
scale
could
of
go-
that clearing? Like if you can get a scale, like how many? Is it 100 feet or?
We're talking, about 100 meters.
Okay.
For the size of this thing is about 100 meters. It's not that
Yeah.
big. The clearing, I guess, would be, I don't know. So let me see. About 300 meters. So this is on
Okay.
Ogu Chitto Road Southeast. And what's that one? Ironwood Trail. In Lincoln County. Yeah, Ironwood
Yeah, we
Trail.
actually
Ironwood
far-
Trail has a whole turnoff from it. It looks like a popular site. Look at this.
yeah.
Yeah, I
what's
can
that?
imagine. Ooh. Yeah, some kind of facility. Oh, there might be growing something. What?
Yeah, they might
Yeah.
be. I don't know what's
Might be
going
a
on.
farm around it somehow.
Might be. Yeah, it looks like it. All the trees in rows.
Yeah, give or take.
Maybe it's an almond farm or something.
Could be anything. I can't tell at this.
So,
scale,
okay, I'll
but-
show you where this is, Indy. You're in the center of the city. I think this is north of you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're down here.
I'm in a place called Kentwood, which is right across the line. If you're following the Interstate 55 there.
Okay.
I'm on the Louisiana side. I'm only like 3 miles away from Mississippi, though, where I'm at.
Yeah. So those two roads, where the hell was that again? That was cool.
Yeah, we have very close to this area there's a museum for the plane crash of the Leonard Skinner. The Leonard
Yeah,
Skinner
yeah, yeah.
plane crashed like within 10 miles of where I'm at right here.
Oh, wow.
And now they have they put up like a little museum
Yeah, yeah.
over there on that side of town.
Was it Ronnie? No.
Yeah,
Van
Ronnie
Zandt.
Van Zant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like this has been carved or mined. I'm not sure. Look at all these different structures. Looks like there was a tree right
Something.
there on the top right.
Yeah.
Looks like
Of
they
course.
carved out a road here.
If something died there, of course they're going to mine it out. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, it looks like almost a staircase there or something.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's
These look
interesting.
like
That's
walls.
mud flood. Bigley.
Maybe. Really interesting place. You should go check this out, Indy. Looks like people are driving cars up here too, or
Around
that
here.
could be structures in the biology. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a reservoir right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's black around it. That's weird.
An eye.
Yeah, we have a lot of like what we call like sand pits, places where
Yeah.
they go in, and yeah, there's a lot of those around here.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's not too far from me either. I guess it's let me see. Probably about 20 miles from me. Yeah, straight up 55.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
love
Kenwood
living.
is the place. If you've heard of Kenwood water, Kenwood spring water.
No.
No, okay. It's like they do bottled water and shit, but we got a spring. It's right there in Kenwood. So
Nice. I have spring water, but it's not that close to me.
yeah, you closer to the lakes and shit. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. Is there are there big fishing? Like is Great Lakes fisheries? Is that a big thing up there around the Great Lakes? Or they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
How
can
much
fish. You can commercially fish the Great Lakes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
gotta be
there's
a
a lot of
plus, right?
trout and
Yeah.
bass. You know, more.
Freshwater, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to have a bass fillet right about now.
Fuck yeah,
They're
dude.
expensive, man. Or I'd
I
get
know,
one.
right?
Yeah. Trout. You know, and you can get salmon too. You know. You can
Yeah.
get ocean fish, some of them that come up to spawn and stuff.
Salmon. Oh, salmon.
We have the smelt run around here.
Smelt. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah,
God, I
so
haven't smelt forever.
yeah, there's quite a lot of fisheries. You know, there's a lot of farm fisheries in the Great Lakes too, and a lot of the smaller lakes. Like Canada is just full of lakes. It's ridiculous. You know, like nobody should ever have to go hungry ever.
Yeah.
You know, you put some trout in any of these freaking lakes, and you know you're going to have enough to feed a village.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a fucking definitely a good food resource that
Yeah.
we gloss over at all this talk about needing biofood to feed the world and shit, you know?
Plastic.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It is like Canada is ridiculously full of lakes. Like even the U.S. is pretty full of like rivers, streams, pretty much
Mhm.
anywhere.
Yeah. North
But you look
and northeast, yeah.
You look up like okay, this is not even Ontario where the Great Lakes are. Like, come on, you know, this is just lake after lake after lake, little lakes. Look at them all. None of this is being farmed. None of it is being even harvested.
No, the Queen
This
owns it.
All
Or
full
the
of fish.
king now. The
Just
king.
full of fish.
Mhm.
Full of fish, crabs, crayfish.
Okay,
all
that's
of it.
good stuff.
And fish only need 1 to 2 years to be large enough to be harvested.
Food. All you need is access to it, which is hard, you know,
Yeah.
because they haven't put access to it.
Hey, Mary, I didn't see you come in. I haven't seen. I'm sorry for missing everybody. I don't mean to. Just
And
get talking and I don't see.
land like crazy. Like Canada could harbor the entire world's population with a whole mess of acres for everybody. You know,
Yeah.
all this area up here, this is all pretty much wild reserve. All of it. None of this land is really lived on. You know?
Yeah. We can't take away the animals' land or the land for the trees. We gotta have forests. or else there will be a thing called global warming.
Have
Well,
y'all ever
I always thought we should live underground, but you know.
looked
Underground.
into like the old logging? You know, when I was looking around, when I came to the conclusion about the giant trees getting cut down, I started doing some more digging locally, and I found some videos on YouTube that were basically talking about the logging industries, like that early 1800s, all through the, basically all when they harvested even the redwoods out in the Northeast. It was all kind of the same time period. And like some of these companies, like that Weyerhaeuser is like a big logging company. And you look at the history of them, and it's just all these Rockefeller and type families. But I looked at the videos of them harvesting like the big cypress trees here from the, and man, you want to talk about change your perspective about everything. Like this whole area here even is only exists because the railroad.
Yeah.
And so they did a lot of harvesting of trees around this area too. And
Yeah.
it just, man,
Well,
they cut down.
Replant the old ones, and they
No.
should. Right. That's what happens in Canada. Is good for that. For every tree we take out, we put back 2 of what came out. That way, 1 will survive for sure.
And you can tell, like even in the like the guitar business right now, they're trying some of the woods that they've used, like for the fingerboard. It's like a Brazilian, what's it called? It just slipped my mind. Like it's like a red something. But anyway, they're trying to find an alternative wood for that. It's like every guitar that gets made has that same rosewood, Brazilian
Yeah, yeah,
rosewood
yeah.
they use on the fingerboard, and now they're trying to find something else, and probably
Yeah,
because they're running out.
I heard a lot of guitar wood has now been coming out of India.
Huh.
They're using
Yeah, there's a certain wood. Yeah, I think so.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, they're switching over. Yeah.
Yeah. But like even those old violins,
Hi, Mary.
little Stradivarius violins, you know, that's part of why they have such a unique sound. Aside from they were handmade and a little bit different, is that
Correct.
that
It's
certain
the-
wood came in a certain tree.
Varnished with human blood. So
No, that's a urban legend. No, but you're right. It's the wood and it's the type of varnish of the day. Yes, all of
Yeah,
it.
that too. That's right.
Yeah.
just thought I'd take us down that dark path.
Well, you know,
It's that month.
That's why they're
I
worth
know.
so much.
Mhm.
yeah, it is.
They have the soul of a baby in them.
Speaking of, today's the 3rd, tomorrow's the 4th. I do believe October 4th and October 13th definitely are 2 dark days on their calendar type shit. Or
I heard that October 8th was rather auspicious as well.
8th, okay.
Yes, yes. I heard that too. All of them.
8/8, 88.
I apologize for the yappy dog in the background.
That's okay. He's cute. I don't mind him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Mama
they're
dog.
little cuties. Little fur babies.
That was the red violin.
Been too soon.
Okay. So I was right, Emmett. It was the Stradivarius red violin. Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a real one of those, you got something. Got a nice payday on your hands to have one of those. I forget how many they still have left that are claimed for.
Okay.
You ready for the dark, are you, Emmett?
All right.
Well, the darkness they haven't brought. They haven't been able to bring the darkness yet. So they're going to do something else. They tried the darkness and it didn't work as well as they thought.
Nope. Tricks are jokes on them.
Yep. Now people are aware of their darkness, which means that their tricks will work even less.
I'm glad you said that because I'm going to share with you today. around 1 o'clock, there was a very strange white van parked across the street from my house.
Oh,
I didn't see anyone get out. I didn't see anyone get in, nothing.
oh,
But it was sitting, and it was really weird. It was trying to look like a utility vehicle, but it wasn't. And it had this weird propeller kind of, I didn't know if it was like a fan to keep them cool inside or what it was.
yeah.
I took a picture. I'm going to put it up later in a little short.
Put
But-
that device on it.
Oh, okay.
That again, the device I gave you.
Right.
Put that on your head.
Yeah.
Protect against if that's what they're doing. I work on a highway, and twice, and the young man that I work with really noticed this, is we've had 2 cable vans pull up and park right across from us on a highway, where you're not supposed to park, where there's no cable structures or anything, and they stayed there during our lunch and left after our lunch.
Yeah. It's like, was this just spying on us to see what we're saying in here? Is it spraying something on us? I don't know. It was weird.
I don't know.
I got the vibe, though. I'm just telling you, I got the vibe that this was not right.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing either. I
Yeah.
have no idea. They
But
might
what,
like there are programs they're trying to implant in people now. This is a whole new program where they can implant a disease
yes,
or
or
manifest
thoughts.
over time. They base it on their reproductive stimuli
I see.
programs
Porn.
where they basically they'll be able to chop off a limb of a creature, but by stimulating it electrically, and not over a really long period of time. They only have to do it a few times, or even a short period of time. It stimulates the growth of another limb, but they've extended that to disease, where they can transmit like a disease function
I wouldn't be surprised.
to a person. And
No, absolutely.
cause disease.
Frequencies, man. Frequencies and vibration goes a long way.
But the human body is meant to repair itself.
Yes, that's what I put out. As soon as I felt like, ooh, this is heebie-jeebie, I just kind of put an aura around myself and said, oh, I'm beyond that.
Yeah, Yep.
And just brushed
Yes.
it off. Hmm.
there you
Like
go.
kids, we knew about the cootie bugs. We knew about the cootie bugs. We knew about the cootie bugs when we were kids. On the other note, I was going to add something. Damn it! What were we talking about?
Cable companies.
Somebody
Drive.
said,
I got an idea.
nope, I lost
If you have,
it.
if you have the
Studio.
ability to do that, right? If you have some kind of technology that you say, oh, I can reach out and touch somebody else and create some type of result that I'm going to turn into a business. I'm going to be the first company. Let's say, oh yeah, if you got a
Oh yeah.
like Elon Musk with Neuralink, bro, right? Like you look at that and you can say, well, I'm here to help like paraplegics be able to move, have a moving or a missing limb, right? Offer charity. But if you take it in a different direction, you say, well, if I can do that, well, what else can I do? Can I make a man into a woman? Can I do some, you know what I mean? Anything that trespasses on somebody else.
Now.
Oh yeah. You can. That's one of the things I found out was really disheartening. All these people taking drugs and having surgeries, they really don't even need to do that. Let me
Nope.
see if I can find it here.
They're taking the
Believe in
hard
that,
way
right?
and the long way. But I remembered what I was going to say. It had to do with gain of function.
Right, even that. Somebody
I'm
said, hey, I
saying
can
that
do
last
this.
word wrong on purpose because I don't want G to get in trouble. But everybody knows about that gain of function shit they're into now. Making shit contagious.
But have any of y'all ever seen any like real evidence of gain of function other than what? Like documents and paperwork that they've shown us, right? But that is a legal record that they put down on paper, right? Well, even the idea that you can invade somebody else's space for your personal gain and you're making, quote, millions of dollars, correct? Well, we talked about social contract at some point earlier. Like Do you think
Yeah.
all businesses and corporations should fall under some sort of like corporate constitution? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. They need some kind of
otherwise,
a
anything you
constitution because
can
they have
think of,
no. They're gonna do. Yeah. They're gonna
like,
do whatever
do
they
you think?
want because they can.
Do you think you could come up with an idea where you could start a company where you could think of some idea where you said, you know what, I'm gonna say this product exists and I'm gonna produce it for you. How much is that worth to somebody, right? So all these little tech companies and all these medicinal executives that, oh, what is their job? What are they really doing? They're just carrying forth the idea, dude, that they actually do anything, and they don't. You know what I mean? And they get millions of dollars out of the value of what? Convincing other people that their product is worth. Do you really think Bill Gates, right? Billionaire. Like, what does that even mean in terms of like decision making, right? He's just making a business based on an idea that's not explicitly illegal on paper. You can get away with anything, at least until somebody calls you out and makes a law against it, correct?
Well, yeah, they found out that he was just such a thieving scumbag that they had to hire him.
Right, because he agreed to do the thing.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, oh yeah.
So you can think of any idea and be the same level of anything if you can
He,
just
he didn't even have any idea. He just stole it. He was a thief.
even that, yeah. Based on what? Paperwork.
Yeah.
But
He
really
took
it
him to
ain't.
court. Took him to court and said, no, I was able to take this proprietary model and alter it, and now it's mine.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
I
steal
got
our
a
own ideas. That's
I
why
got
they
a
want in
scenario.
our heads.
Yeah, he stole the
So they
idea.
can steal our
But
ideas.
even that was all contrived because he was operating under CIA money. His parents were all connected and all that.
Okay, well, let me put it to you this way. What if you have like a great grandparent that's never used a computer, never talked on a cell phone, they were just living out in the middle of nowhere and
Yeah.
right, never had any influence with, let's just say, a Microsoft computer at all. Does Bill Gates have any really, quote, social value decision making over somebody who has never used any of his products ever?
No.
Okay, well, there you go with the
I would say
social
no too.
experiments,
Yeah.
man. So everything they're doing is illegal on paper. No, they don't have the right to make decisions on behalf of anybody else, right? Especially if you cause loss, harm, or injury to that other party.
Only your
And if,
parents can do
and if
that
you,
as a child. But once you're grown, you're told you can make your own decisions when you pack your shit and get out of my house. And then we pack our shit and we get out of the house, and now the government's trying to take over. Look, like I keep saying, my mommy and daddy dead now. I ain't looking for new parents, and they can fuck all the way off.
well, yeah, but legally as a business, right? They're just doing it to quote make money and carry
Yeah.
forth this idea that's really robbing from everybody it's taking money from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
making money on both ends of everything.
Yeah.
Here I'm showing the super patch, right?
And
You
we're
know,
paying
selling us
for
a
it.
solution. They're selling
We're
us
like
a solution to the
we're
problems.
like Patreon subscribers, is what we
Yeah,
all
to
are.
take it away from us, and then they'll sell you a $60 patch to make it all better.
Yep.
Fucking bastards.
Right? You
That's
want to
good.
sleep right? You want to be more active? You want to have more energy? Give us money, and we'll make
I
it.
mean, really, yeah, it's like if you want to be an anti-war activist, right? If you're really into that and you say, oh man, I can make money off of this. I'm going to turn it into a quote nonprofit organization and I'm going to
Yeah.
promote the virtues and the ideals of peace or world peace and shit. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm happy about? This whole weather manipulation is becoming mainstream. I'm
Yeah,
excited
that's a good.
about that.
You know what I was thinking, dude? You know, Tennessee is one of those states where they officially passed
Yep.
state
The
laws against
clear air
fracking.
bill, the clean air bill, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. no chemtrails, no injections, no pollution in our skies, other than what's made by industry, which is under regulation anyway,
Oh, these fucking dogs.
right?
Yeah, there's supposed to be like 8 states that have some
Oh, 8
form of.
states
Under
now.
regulation,
Yeah, yeah.
as in control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
See,
on
eventually
paper, right?
they'll start claiming that as an issue of national security.
Yeah.
Okay, well then how do you see them prove it?
Well, what they're gonna say, okay, is that particulate helps them detect incoming devices, hidden devices, cloaked devices, and things like that.
Well, here's the question: do we think that we have enough quote evidence, court admissible evidence, to prove that they seem to be claiming through these documents of information that's been presented to us as information to consider, right? So if we see something on paper and we say, hey, bro, you're doing that, you're making money off of it on our backs, and that's not something you can really do to people. So we're going to sue you just like a boring old litigation lawsuit, you know what I mean? You establish precedent. So if one state has if it's on paper once, then how does that not apply to everybody anyway? Just based on
Yeah, proving damages is actually difficult, and that's the hard part of this. Like the case for the first Nokia cell phones back in 98, I think. They're just going to court now. Most of the people involved in the case are dead. So what they do is they push litigation off, and they're actually finding ways now to. So it's lawfare on us, unfortunately.
Yeah, they did the same thing with the fluoroscope back in the 70s. People were getting cancer from it, and by the time they had it in court, most of them were dead. Convenient. Yeah.
right.
It's seriously.
Just like if you live near that train derailment thing in Ohio, you know what I mean? The chemical fire, they set it on fire.
Yeah.
Like all
Wasn't
those
that
people.
Aaron Brockovich? The movie?
Yeah. All the people that are suffering from 9/11, they're have lung disease and other heart problems and cognitive problems and
Yeah.
all.
I grabbed this headline just to swing it back around for a second with the American first world problem here.
Yeah, this is a real thorn in their heel.
Yeah, don't have money to help the people. No, because they want the land.
Now they made sure that Mr. Trump went down there. He helped out apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope they loved it. I hope they enjoyed that visit they got out of it. They got to meet a celebrity.
Can't you tell they've switched narratives?
Who, what?
Trump, he's the savior, right?
Oh, yeah. He's, yeah.
Right?
The millionaire golden boy.
Oh, mine.
Billionaire.
Yes, Trump is the savior of the world as the world ruler.
He's the hero.
Probably.
Right?
Ain't my hero, bro. Ain't helping me out regardless. Neither one of them motherfuckers.
No. I think with the awakening, though, we can take advantage of him. Because there is an awakening momentum, but it's not being steered the way they want. If it were being steered the way they want, everybody would be behind the ADL. But they're not.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, bro.
The Anti-Defamation League, for those of you.
Yeah, like even that, dude. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, they only exist in courtrooms and documents. You know what I mean? It's just some.
Well, that's where they win the battles, right? That's where they that's where they're actually winning because they bought those off.
Well, we were talking about the symbolism earlier, right? They're a strong symbol that we've all agreed. Oh, these symbols, these things matter. For some reason, I don't know why they matter. They matter to everybody else, and I'm supposed to. It's supposed to matter to me enough to at least look at it as an adult and go, okay, like, okay, you're against, you know, uh, Jewish hate crime stuff. I can get behind that. That's an idea I support. It should be no hate crime, right? But then they say, oh yeah, that's what we do, and then they go, oh yeah, everything's a hate crime. Oh, you say this or that, that's a hate crime, and it's like, well, I don't agree with that. And they say, well, you're a
Yeah.
hate.
Well, when you find that all of these hate
You're a
crimes
hater.
are committed by the people who are supposedly receiving the hate, then that makes you a little suspicious.
I think I got him by the cojones. If you're trying to say that everything's a hate crime, that in itself is a hate
It's,
crime.
it's an accusation, correct? They're definitely calling certain people words
Yes.
to that degree, right?
Yeah.
They said I'm a you know, I give out information that's missed sometimes, they say. Even songs
Yeah,
I made, right? I made a song and it was like, oh no, you're a danger. It's like, you can be in timeout for 3 months. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You know what I mean?
And
Just an
it's
idea.
because they hate us. So that's a hate crime. And they can try to argue that shit all day, but they're in checkmate already. Trying to say everything's a hate crime is a fucking hate crime. Get out of here,
Yeah,
bastards.
I'm sorry. The First Amendment is free speech, right? And it's like, I'm pretty sure everybody that's went to any kind of school, even kids that probably didn't go to school, they probably heard about freedom of fucking speech. Like, that's been like, this idea, like, without freedom of speech, if nobody talks, then what does it matter? Like, I don't care about Bill Gates. I don't talk to that dude. I don't talk to anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It seems to me that we've given the whomevers who control the media a lot of rope, and now they're starting to hang themselves a bit, you know, because it's just so obvious. And eventually people will totally turn away and look for alternative thoughts. You know, they can't help it. It's just, it's nature, it's survival. You know, I can't survive under this bullshit. You know, I got to pop out, you know, from it and grow and go somewhere else.
It's this thing they call news, right? It only exists because of like basically 2 to 3 entities, right? We got Associated Press, Reuters, and then you got a couple like BBC, that sort of.
Pretty
You know
much.
what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So without that, there is no whole news culture, and everything that we know from this quote news is just whatever these 2 to 3 entities put out there as information.
Yep,
No,
absolutely.
we are the news now.
Yeah. That's why they say the moment is now, because it doesn't matter the shit that happened yesterday. So, you know what I mean? As far as news goes, it's like you
But
move
they
on to the
love
next one.
Yeah, it's really
yesterday.
quick. It's
That's
really
why-
quick
Yeah, yeah.
now.
It has no significance. So it's like, oh, this person died, this person got shot. It's just no accountability.
They love living in the past. That's why they make history repeat itself. The reason they hate us is because they don't know how to think, say, or do a new thing like we know how to do. That's why they want to tap into us so they can steal that from us and get rich off of it instead of letting us do it.
Yeah, controlling us.
But
They know how to move the
yeah.
herd. There
but
you go, with
we are here
spells.
to do a new thing. Yeah.
Spell casting, I'm telling you. I don't, you know, now it's just so embedded.
Yes.
I catch myself in it sometimes.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
that's
we're spell casting every time we talk. That's why I said trying to say that everything is a hate crime in and of itself.
That's a
Period.
big
Mic
joke.
drop.
Everyone has their opinion, and what somebody thinks
Mama.
it's
Sorry.
no one else's business what you think.
Yeah.
No one's. And if you happen to spill a little bit out of your mouth, so what?
Yeah,
You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like what I said. You know, just don't try to tell me I can't fucking say it. It's not like I said some
kidding.
vile, perverted thing. You know?
Right. And most people are civil until pressed otherwise, if you know what I mean. Finally, you just get to a point sometimes where you say, okay, here comes both barrels. And, you know, but that's rare. I think most people are civil. But yes,
When I give people both fails, it's fun.
I'd
Well,
rather they speak their
psychologically,
mind.
they screw with you too because these symbols that they mess with, these sigils like the swastika and other
Yeah.
symbols, the peace sign and all that, they have specific meanings that are universal. Like they're not of Earth; they're actually cosmic um, communications.
Right. Or geometrical, actually, a lot of them are,
Well,
you
yeah,
know.
they actually when the spacemen went out to space, when exposed to interstellar space, you receive and you close your eyes, you receive these symbols,
Hmm.
and
Because that they speak
the
in
universe is
symbols.
communicating with you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And we
And when
can't
you
communicate back because we use words.
yeah, and when you bastardize
Hmm.
or misrepresent these symbols, it disrupts the human mind
Hmm. Feels like it.
because you're disrupting the cosmic
Yes,
connection to those symbols
Yep.
we are the
Yeah.
disruptors.
by imprinting an imposter thought upon it. So
Oh,
you're looking
getting
at a
back to
symbol
the
that's supposed
devil
to be
again.
good, and your mind is in controversy because it's trying to think of it as bad,
Well,
whereas
that's it. They
it's a
keep
positive
us,
symbol.
in that circle of confusion. That's what I
Yeah,
get back to. It's just one way or another, yeah, they got us so upside down backwards. They say the devil does that.
yeah.
So,
Prince of Lies, right?
yeah. And it works. I'm just sitting here right now witnessing it.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh my God.
yeah. Once you see the lie or realize
Many,
it's a lie, you can unpeel and
all
see
the
all
others.
the lies.
Yeah, no, seriously. It took me a while, but I
Yeah,
finally go, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And they keep everything just so
yeah,
flying upside down.
yeah. One thing that really pisses me off is like mathematics. Like they're yeah, because what they do is every 15 to 20 years, it might be a little less than that in some areas, they change how they do the mathematics, how they multiply, divide, add, and subtract. They switch it around. They switch the positions and they switch the symbols and stuff. And they do that purposely to get intergenerational fights.
Yeah, no standardization either. I've
Right.
noticed even just in plugs. What happened to the day of standardizing, you know, phone plugs and other plugs? It's just a barrage of,
Yeah.
yeah,
Did
no,
your parents ever try to help you with math and not understand how you were doing your multiplication, subtraction, and division?
no.
Oh, okay.
My dad, no, because he was a master carpenter. He was a math head.
Yeah. Oh,
They measure everything, you know,
yeah.
and know the circumference
Okay,
and
the line with the curve at the end on the left-hand side that they use for division.
right.
Okay, my father was taught a completely different way with a straight line and the numbers on top of each other, somewhat like multiplication.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, they change it. No, they do.
Whereas
I'm
I was
sure they
taught
do.
side by side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do that with other things like if Watt Life was here, he could probably tell you um, electrical symbols for different electrical components are kind of different.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
Mike
just,
said he had to go. He heard him say he had to go,
When you
so
look,
he left on purpose, sadly.
Yeah.
when you,
who, say that again, Paula?
Or True Zone had to leave. You said Watt Life. I was thinking True Zone. He had to leave on purpose. Mike said he heard him say he had to go.
Okay, yeah, thanks. I was way back then. I said thanks for coming up. I was gone for the moment. Yeah, it's cool. Cool connection.
when you look at a like a circuit board design on diagram on paper, like you draw one out and use the electrical symbols as far as like they have a chart, like a certain chart or key or whatever. A lot of those symbols on that circuitry chart for electronic components are in the style of same symbols as the ancient runes. Sorry. Runic symbols.
Yeah,
They're exactly the
yeah.
same. So
Runic, yep, runic symbols, yep.
yeah, yeah.
Even Hebrew writings,
Yeah,
letters,
that,
yeah.
a
Yeah,
lot of
Hebrew
those.
at its root is a pictographic language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Isn't Chinese writing kind of depicts
Yeah, that's
pictures,
the
Yeah,
I
very,
Ching.
full
very
words?
complex. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they like, yeah, yeah. And I think somewhat Japanese, I'm foggy on that. But I've seen Chinese writing. It looks like, yeah, the whole word is built on this little, like, wow, I can kind of see it, picture, you know. Anyway,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words. So if you
yeah,
have
yeah,
just the right picture or
yeah,
symbol,
symbols.
you can show
Yeah.
one thing and it's saying a whole bunch of shit if you know what it means.
Yeah, there's a lot of biblical references in Chinese writing.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's interesting. You know, they talked about this. There's a story in the script about what confuse many tongues, confusing the languages, this and that, right?
Hmm.
So the fact that we do have so many different languages, what is the reason for doing that to separate people, right? If the answer to not being able to communicate with these verbal languages that we're
Mhm.
used to, it's more of like a body language, more of a spirit, like feeling somebody's energy, and it's like,
yeah.
oh, you know what I mean?
Well, there's two events that could have caused that I think of. I don't know that either is true, but there is, of course, the Tower of Babylon, where it may have been an electrical attack that scattered the brain, the speech patterns of the brain, where certain people would only be able to speak to other people. It could have been because of the separation of the earth into 72 regions ruled by different gods who taught different languages. That's another theory. I'm more towards the scattering of the brain myself. As like an electrical event because of the moon being brought in.
Yeah.
I think there is something to that, you know, because I think there's a vibration of frequencies going on, and the moon's in place to kind of keep the sun in check and vice versa. You know, negative, positive
Well,
I think
coordination here.
I think the moon's there to stop us from being connected completely.
Hmm.
isn't it
Oh,
quite
really?
Yeah. I think that at one time when we did speak with one voice, with one accord, that was because our hearts and minds were all connected. And when your
Yes.
heart and mind is connected with another, you don't do harm because that harm comes back to you because you feel it. So
Yeah,
everything would be geared toward positive.
yes. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And with one accord, you're more powerful, like on a computer
Yeah.
board, you know, all those doodads. And that one's no good without this one. But altogether, boom,
Hmm.
you got something, you know? And they don't want that. That's why they want to keep us separate.
And the Tower of Babylon was we were trying to break the barrier to go out and do what at least the Elohim had told us to do, or maybe even the Creator, I don't know, but told us to go forth and multiply. And
Yes, the
said,
good
no,
stuff.
no, 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 no. Somebody said no.
Yeah. Huh.
Again, just a theory. I don't know because I haven't been up there. So.
Huh. Well, I know. Tell me to go forth and multiply a kid next time I come back, and my answer is going to be no.
Oh, I love kids. They're awesome.
Not until this world is a better place am I ever going to bring somebody else
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah. That would
Just
be a.
so they can hate me. For
There you
what?
go.
So they can hate
I
me?
could agree with that. I could agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
It's
Get
coming.
into my body.
It's coming. Look at how many people are awake now. They've got to kill way more than 90% to get rid of the independent thought now.
Yeah. But that's what they're shooting for, too. You know, mass extinction event.
Well, Yeah, but they still want some
There
slaves.
will be back.
They still want slaves, and I don't even think that's going to happen anymore. You know, and if they want World War III, that's I think that'll be okay too, because we'll dig them out of their freaking bunkers.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna do it.
say
We're gonna do
no.
it.
Yeah, I say find the vents for their air going down to them
This
and pour cement
this is
down
what I'm
it.
saying.
Oh yeah, you wait.
Michael,
Yeah, you do
you
that.
hit
You wait
it.
a couple months, and then you start digging them out. Go get his food,
Yeah.
and ammunition.
She just said what I've been telling you for years. I said what we do is we go around and we find all the little air pipes that they got sticking out of their little bunkers and we clog them
Hell
up.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
They'll come out soon enough.
And we'll be
Better
waiting.
yet, you put some bleach and ammonia down there.
Oh, that'd kill them.
My husband was laughing when you said bleach because he knew what you were going to say. And he
Yeah.
was trying to drink, by the way. You almost made him wear his drink.
Then you put your cement down there.
Oh wow, that's extreme,
Yes, cement.
man.
Yeah.
That's
Cement.
like on the Walking Dead
Brilliant.
episode, man.
Yeah, put some good
Yes,
old
I watched those shows.
good old
Me
Learn.
too.
mustard gas down there.
Yes. I know how to kill a walker on the other side of a fence without ever getting scratched or bitten with a
That's
knife
right.
through the eye.
Yeah.
Nice and quiet, doesn't attract any more walkers. It's perfect.
By the way, they made me study that. I didn't want to study that. I didn't want to look into that, but I know how to do it.
That's right. They made you do that in school. That's right.
Well, no, they made me do that over the past 7 years, I guess, when they started declaring war on the human race.
17, right? 7 years ago.
Yep.
Okay. That Economist magazine. Go check it out, people, if you're into that kind of stuff. Conspiracy theory. Well, The Economist is, a WEF, a World Economic Forum magazine, and they run the world money. And in 17, they put a really trippy cover on with tarot cards. And in one of them, you'll see many of them. Trump is sitting on the world. They show those, what do you call it, hologram goggles they're trying to sell us now. They're really pushing them now on TV. And a big kaboom, if you know what I mean, on one of the cards. I think it was the death card. Yep. So, and I think they run these every 5 to 7 years ahead of what they want to see happen. Just saying. 7. They like 7s.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Max. Yep.
We'll zoom in on some of these. Oh, look at that, Mr. Trump judgment there. With a scepter and an orb, tower breaking apart. The world with, what do we have? Technology,
The arts, books.
ancient buildings.
Yes. And the circle of confusion, I call it.
And those are not just regular books. You can guarantee, bet your life, they are Masonic books.
Something.
Definitely religious books, yes. What do we have here?
All books that are religious are Masonic, people. Yes.
What does that say? HP, no hip, or HP? Hold on, let me zoom
I
in.
can't see. Yeah, my eyesight. I don't have my glasses on.
I'm going to crack a joke, y'all. Put it back on the hermit.
I'm
The
going.
hermit. Shelter in place.
Yeah. Be a hermit. Yeah, it shows the protesting. Is it not everywhere right now?
Yeah,
Protests
yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, the world is cracked.
Or migrants moving. You never know. Yes,
At the
the
bottom
world.
left, the world is cracked.
Yeah, it's going through Canada.
Oh, it
I
is.
got a question
It's
for the panel, if you
interesting.
don't mind. Something that doesn't
Oh,
get asked a lot.
Oops.
Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin album.
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
How many
Yeah.
people here have actually went to like a protest? Like, has anybody here ever like grabbed a sign and went and joined a group and
Yeah.
screamed some
No, I haven't, but my entirety of my social media has always been for the sole purpose of protesting.
Yes. I used to have a foldable sign that I used to carry in a backpack, and almost every day after work for, I would say, about a month and a half, 2 months, I pulled out that sign and stood beside a hospital.
word? Respect, man. Respect for that. I can
I
see that.
went
That
to
makes sense.
I went to 2 protests downtown Hamilton and one in Burlington.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not something you didn't like say, yeah, this is the
Oh.
way to respond
Go
to
back
this piece of information. You know what I mean?
Go back up to the hermit one more time. Go to the top of the hermit card. As you can see, he's lighting the way. If you can, I don't know if you can grab it, but he's lighting the way to the moon and pyramids behind him. Just saying. A lot going on in these cards.
Yeah, there's the moon up there and the mountains.
Yeah, it's like the Led Zeppelin artwork
It
for
is. Yeah.
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 Houses of the Holy? No. I can't-
No, it's the fourth album.
Yeah.
The bundle of sticks on the front. And
Oh, yeah. Zozo.
that's the Ten of Wands, right? That's the Ten of Wands card, the album cover.
Let
The
me
guy
see if
with
I
the
can
bundle
find
of
a
sticks.
better picture here.
But see, the next one is the kaboom going down to the next row.
No, that one's terrible. Got to find one with better definition. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see, how much is that one? No, that one's terrible too. Damn it. I'll try this one. At least it's got the whole image. We can refer back and forth for details.
There you go. Yeah, the next one is the kaboom death card.
Motherfucking King of Jacks and shit.
Yeah. And then the
So we've got a couple of insects in the sky that look like
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes.
The Magician, right?
The tree looks like a mushroom cloud. We have a red sun putting out beams of different color. I have no idea what's going on down here.
It's a
Are-
river with a dead fish in it.
Okay.
Dead skulls.
Okay. So
To me, the sky the past couple of days around here has definitely been a weird. It didn't seem right at all as far
Oh.
as even this, you know what I mean? It was something like there was a. I seen some lines in the sky yesterday, so. Huh. But the light, it was like a red sunset today.
look up next is the magician
Right. Yeah.
with houses coming out of a conveyor belt.
Yep. And
Three,
look what he's wearing.
3D? Is that
Yeah,
3D
3D
or
printer.
30? Yeah.
3D printing. And he's wearing that, like I said, that hollow, what do you call those goggles?
Well, his brain is a computer, right?
And he's wearing he's in the 3D world now.
Those aren't goggles. That looks like a computer, but to me, but yeah. See, that's as close in as I can get.
That's fine. It's good.
Yeah, that's a good little. I would say it's. I mean, it's the market's flooded, but making your own tarot deck. You know what I mean? If you got any kind of artistic skills, or you can redraw.
Oh, yeah. That
that's-
would
that's
be
a good-
cool.
You can make a
Yeah.
little lick on that.
Yeah.
Stars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And a 15th shooting star. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune with 2 voting boxes.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
I want that
7 years
that's so
later.
Yeah, that's a
enlightening.
good one.
Look at that.
There we go. We have the sun on one
Yeah.
side and a clear
And
sky,
then the
storm on the other side with lightning bolts. Okay.
and Lucy.
This is
Lucy
a
in the sky
woman.
today is lightning.
This is a woman on this side, and this is a man upside down on the other side.
Looks like it.
Yep.
Yep. And yeah.
They're being
And
turned
then at the bottom.
around and around. And here's the
Um,
white and green in different
oh,
orientations for different. I believe that's an Islamic color formation. Is the red, blue, and green, red, white, and green.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I think the yellow, red, and black might be Germany.
Yes,
I don't know.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Wow.
the
What's the
Wheel of
magician
Fortune.
pumping out there? TVs? What's
They're
he
saying
pumping out
they're
down
telling
there?
you it's theater. It's a variety show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Wheel of
And I'm going to
Fortune.
play my part. I'm going to play my part my way. I'm not going to let them tell me what they want my script to be. Go fuck yourself. I came here to play my script.
Yeah.
And my script is I'm a bossy bitch.
That is key. That is key. Not agreeing and saying no is the key.
Mm-hmm. Saying no to stupid. That's all I need. That's all I need. Some breath of fresh air of that.
Yep.
Yes, definitely say no to stupid. Yes. And let your foundation be truth, facts, reason, and logic.
Yeah. Yeah, as best you can. Sometimes we think we know things we don't, but you mostly just walk your
But
truth.
also, you're right. Be willing to bend a little and change your
Mhm.
mind because truth changed.
Yeah,
You got
it.
a deeper enlightenment about it. And be very flexible, open minded. People have been poo pooing people, and I've even been poo pooed for having such an open mind. There's a stupid saying that they created that don't let your mind be so open that your brain falls out. Kiss my fucking ass. My brain is going to remain open. I will not be hindered because then I could get trapped in something that I think is still the truth when I got a deeper knowing about it and found out it's something else.
Yeah.
Yes,
I used to
another
preach the
layer.
whole Bible, but
Keep
now
all
I know
when
what it
people
really
say
means.
this is the facts of the matter. It's aliens, it's inner earthers, it's people. On things like that. There's 3 major perspectives that you can take from something like that. So don't pin yourself down with one. This is the way it is, and there's no other way. And if you think that, you're an idiot, or a fool, because you don't know. We won't know until the absolute end of this battle. Almost
Yes.
anything.
Yep.
Nothing will be written in stone, until
Right.
even our past, because they have so many different books on our past from different perspectives and different viewpoints that itself is going to be a clusterfuck. We'll have to set AI onto that somehow to really figure out what
Yeah.
happened in what areas and what people, what creatures existed at what time, where,
I
that's
think this is the conversation they're having down at the NASA office. They all sitting around going, "Yeah, dude, like how we
no, they probably already ran it through AI. All the old
we're gonna
books.
tell them this dot over here means let's see. Oh yeah, we got fucking lizards live over here, and we got fucking animal head dolphins over here, and just make it up as you go.
What is the magician pumping out over there, Max?
Yeah, product.
Ideas.
Just product? What does it look like? Can you zoom in on it?
Generally accepted as truth ideas
On the magician.
that are incorporated into a
No, I can
legal
send
entity
in on it, but that's about it.
and then carried out by the caretaker of that entity for the purpose of, insert mission statement about us, mission statement here, sign on a dotted line, and agree to give somebody called something else, a little cut, 10-20% interest on the top. You can do anything you can set your mind to come up with a ingenious idea
Oh,
to
they're
create
little houses.
Yeah, they're
Those
little
are
houses
little
coming
houses
out of a 3D printer.
Yep, product.
out of a 3D printer. Yes, little houses coming out of a 3D printer.
Yep.
Tiny houses comes to mind.
I was just
FEMA
gonna
camps
say
also
that.
comes to mind.
Little
You know what?
houses, tiny houses,
Yes.
ticky tacky.
Speaking of the 3D printers, what if they said, you know what? We can grow industrial hemp and make the perfect hemp-based
Tiny
3D
house.
printer polymer, right? The whatever you're using as the base material in the 3D printer.
Yeah.
So if we could 3D print everything in hemp instead of plastic, would that be an idea we should probably say, yeah, we can put that on paper as a government and make that happen?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
That
that's
seems like a good
reasonable.
idea, bro. I just came up with it on the spot. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Think about
that's
it.
nice.
No, I've been
And
thinking that myself. So it's in the
you know,
ethers.
those of you
While
on
it's-
my channel, please go over to this link here. That'll put you to G's channel and sub her up. Because I do
So
talk.
some dude has, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thanks, Max. Yeah. Y'all I hang with all of you over there too. No big deal, but thank you.
Yeah, somebody has a job where they come up with ideas like that, but they don't come up with ideas like that. They say some dumb shit. You know what I mean? It's like bad decision making as far as some company that has
Yeah,
some kind
well,
of
you know-
power that it doesn't.
You know when they stole someone else's idea because it's actually a good idea, which is rare, because a lot of times they won't use the good idea. But you can
Right.
tell when it's their own idea because it's a bad idea, like cryptocurrency. I call it Tales from the Crypto. You know,
Upside
you
down
remember the
world.
TV show Tales from the Crypt? Yeah.
Virtually worthless, yeah.
Upside down world. Let's it's working, so let's fix it.
Like they were trying
That's
to sell us the
working, so
idea.
let's break it. Yeah.
Yeah, they've come up with so many bridges to nowhere. Climate change, the electric vehicle.
And where's FEMA right now?
The
Why aren't
electric-
these
The
I know,
electric
I want to know why these people are not in government paid for hotels because
Our
they're
mili-
hel-
Yeah, our
Yes,
military
they
and
told us
shit.
straight
you
up.
know, because
They're
we
not
can't
gonna
come
help
up with the
them.
money for that, you know?
We
They're
got
not
all
gonna
these
help them.
$1 million warplanes that we're sending over to other countries and shit.
yeah,
But we don't
billions.
have
So
enough
when we went over there,
helicopters
Got a
and
$6
manpower.
billion deal for Israel and a $6 billion deal for
To help people in
Zelensky
Palestine.
right?
and
So
anyone
that
else who wants it. Yeah. But
Hey, but when
I
that
guess FEMA just went there to tell them, fuck you, we're not going to help you. I guess that's the only reason they showed up because they sure ain't
Well,
going to help them.
yeah, they
They told 'em we're
really
not
weren't
helping 'em.
prepared to go into these areas in the U.S. and take out the children and sell them off in organ trade or sex trade. So what they did was send the money somewhere else.
I mean, they responded more quickly in more than one country whenever that little tiny Titan sub with those 5 billionaire motherfuckers.
Oh, they passed an Israel bill in half a day.
Right. They can
Like,
get some shit done when they want.
a spending bill before this because there was worries. They were very concerned.
When I found out that FEMA wasn't going to help them, I got so mad I started to cry.
Oh
And then
my
I
God!
wept.
No,
I'm
no.
sick.
Yes. Praise that FEMA wasn't going to help them. Yes.
I
FEMA
started crying.
FEMA is an organ harvesting fucking.
Well, they are assholes, but they're supposedly there to help. But what I
No.
was focused on is
No, you
I
disappear.
know
You
they're not
disappear.
really there to help. I know. But
Yeah.
what I'm focused on is the people are not going to get any help from anywhere except for donations. And actually, this is why FEMA's there. FEMA is blocking the donations again, like they did in Hawaii with Maui.
Yep. No,
Yeah,
no.
So
blockade.
A
FEMA's
guy with a
only there to block
helicopter
the
couldn't even help
donations.
him.
And
Yeah, they're
I
blocking
was just,
water.
I'm
They're
sick
blocking
and I'm
food from
crying
coming in. Yeah,
and
same
I'm
thing.
mad.
The fire
Yeah.
departments did that in Maui too. They blocked anybody from going in and fighting the fire. That's what the fire departments were sent out for.
Yeah, no,
It's
they were
Fahrenheit
intentional.
451, like you said,
Yeah,
G,
yes,
Right.
yes.
or
It's
541.
like
Yeah, the
it's a
fire
land grab.
department is there to let the
Hey,
fire
guy,
go.
what's up?
Yeah,
Hello?
Mhm. Okay, I'm talking
Can't
to the
watch
dog.
that.
I'm sorry.
Well, people will run outside and stick a fucking yard sign in their yard, or wear a certain T-shirt with some politician's name on it and wave its flag for a little while. They'll get up and do that kind of
Damn computer
activism,
game.
but when it comes to like people are, in a disaster, they
Guarantee you that'll
they,
brainwash you.
they
You
get
shouldn't
quiet
watch
and
it.
don't say much. You know what I mean?
They're doing all of that to hypnotize you. That's all for
yeah.
hypnotizing.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, sorry.
I think we can ride that wave, though. I think that wave can be ridden because we're doing it here. We're not falling for it, and that is becoming popular. Not falling for any propaganda. Always checking out the third, fourth, fifth source
Yes.
Right.
see what the
Yes.
perspective is.
Because it's all their information that they
Yeah,
present it to us.
never
Yeah.
accept one perspective of any
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Look at it from every perspective you can possibly fathom. And if you heard with me talking to my husband a moment ago, StreamYard has this new glitch it likes to do to me, and it likes to unmute me when I'm fucking talking to my husband. So I
Oh,
apologize for
nice.
StreamYard being a dick.
That's a nice option.
Well, then, if you're being in my opinion, if I'm a critical thinker, right, and I'm engaging in this process of like everyday life and then accepting information that I can't like firsthand verify myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the top of that, I can believe what I can believe about. Oh yeah, this Trump, he's a nice guy. This guy seems like this, and this guy seems like that, and blah blah blah. That's one side of it, but I still have on this other side. I have to say, but all this information is shit that somebody else is presenting to me as true. At some point, it could all be bullshit, right?
Yep,
That
absolutely.
carries equal weight
Yes, absolutely.
But you
with
know what?
everything we accept as true based on it. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they can stop. Like I'm hoping, even though Trump is probably part of the system, I'm
WWE
hoping
wrestling.
Human Truth will ride that wave, and it'll take it further than they want, and it is going
Yes.
that way.
That is
Like,
what
we were talking about it
Yeah.
earlier with the weather manipulation.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
wave
It is
is
a wake up.
that wave is riding higher than I think they wanted it to. And
Yes.
there's other waves like I talked about
That's-
the human antenna, and I'm hoping that wave follows this. And I think we have it. I think we have to take them to the
You
point where
don't have to hope,
they either
Max.
have
An
to.
antenna just works, so it's going
I
to
know,
work.
I know. We've got all the paperwork for that.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just convincing
and
people that it's happening. That's the problem.
at this point, even the people that don't think anything's weird or wrong in the world, right? At least everybody alive right now has at least seen like one line in the sky come, you know what I mean? And you go, that's kind of, why the fuck are there two lines in the sky? Why do it look like they're doing that on purpose? That's something we've all seen.
I have friends my age that I have tried to show documents to that will not accept that.
Right. That's the thing right there, bro.
Yeah.
How could you deny the same information from the same sources that telling you that it's something otherwise?
I have played at
Not
that
consider it.
piano for a long time. I am slightly getting through, but this person still believes that 911 was entirely what the mainstream says as well.
Man, yeah. Well, that's the graduation. That's the kindergarten shit. First grade
I'm
graduation.
gently tapping at that door. We'll see how that.
I have a question.
This is a lifelong friend of mine that I don't want to lose because he's a wonderful human being.
With the chemtrails, I'm going to get a box underneath this video, I'm sure, maybe two. If they leave trails, how come we don't see them around the airport when they're coming in and going out? if a
Oh,
plane
that's
leaves a
explained away
trail.
by the atmospheric pressure.
Oh, it's pressure.
Yes, yes, this is the explanation. And temperature.
Well, what we do know is that when they fly
Such
these
a-
planes, they seem to create, or what are they doing? Are they creating a cloud out of thin air, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if that has effects, then you say, oh, well, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to fly a plane through the sky that makes fake clouds.
Persistent contrails.
Maybe
I was a air cadet, and persistent contrails is not a thing.
like, do helicopters don't leave
Exactly.
chemtrails, correct?
No.
All right. Well, no more jets that leave chemtrails. If it makes a chemtrail, you can't fly it unless it's an
That's right.
emergency situation.
Right.
It makes
That's a
these
good
fucking
idea.
shitty clouds to fuck up the sky for everybody. There you go.
No more
If we can all agree
chemtrails.
to that as a collective, like everybody's got, yeah, I'm on board with that. They shouldn't be fucking with the weather. Maybe
Right.
that
That's
would
right.
be something.
Well,
we
they've
could,
been doing it. They've been doing it on paper since the early
Right.
70s.
and
So-
all
And,
other,
you
it's
know,
all documented.
Yep, it's all documented.
The horrible thing about what happened in North Carolina and down there, that whole area, is that they are not on the shoreline. They're inland. So they don't have preparations for insurance for that type of situation.
No,
So not
because
even insurance is going to help them. They have nothing.
tornadoes of that
Could
sort
be
are not
amazing.
supposed to transfer more than 200 miles inland because they don't have enough of a water source to continue.
Yes, exactly.
If they get up to me, they're just a tropical storm.
Yeah.
I-
So, you know, hold on.
Yeah.
Let
I
me,
think if you look at the Baton Rouge, the Louisiana, they call it the Great Flood of 2016. That was like a 3-day rain event that we had here. It was like a
I
system that came
remember
in.
that. I was
Yeah.
trying to help with my weather control abilities. It could have been worse, I'm going to say.
Yeah, like everywhere I used to hang out in my previous life, the school age and work life, all those areas, that was all flooded in 2016 here. And it was the same
Yeah.
kind of like this, a lot of rain in 3 days, and it stayed in one
Mhm.
area and just rained and rained and rained and rained.
Yeah,
Fucking
now
wild.
tell me, how in the
trying to share
how
screen,
the fuck
G.
is the storm going to sit there and just keep pissing on you unless it's being controlled? Because if it's natural, it's going to move. And
Right.
how can it just sit there? You know, that is controlled.
Yeah.
Here's the next rad firing off. All those green lights. That's next rad. They're steering it. That's how it's done.
Yeah, they're getting pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I got another question. Has anybody's life became significantly, I don't know, more positive or useful or productive since they instigated this thing that they call 5G, right?
No.
Exactly.
No.
And that shit apparently is worth
Unless
billions
you
of
pay for
dollars.
Unless you pay for it, and then you can go to the Olympics, right?
Right. I don't have no 5G device. I got the same 4G, and so it
Yeah.
has no effect on my life.
You got to buy the patch. You know, you got to pay for the internet and buy the patch.
Oh yeah. Because that's why I need the patches, because I'm not feeling good enough in my 5G
Oh, yeah.
lifestyle. To,
Well, if you're a little depressed, you can buy a patch and they
Yeah.
can fix that.
it's like 5G is fucking badass, bro. But yeah, I am a little depressed. I don't know why, but yeah, let me try this.
If you're feeling a little out of energy, they can
Yeah,
give
yeah.
you a patch for that, and you'll feel
Yeah.
more energetic. If you want to compete and you want to be stronger, you can buy a patch, and they can do that for you too. You know, they can pretty much do anything with a patch right now.
You know, another thing on the same level as that you're talking about, just a less to the point example there, but like the DJ world, I've been noticing that these channels are hawking like, it's all wireless products, wireless headphones, wireless speakers that ain't really shit.
Yes.
It's just such a,
Yeah.
it's got Bluetooth on. It's like, I don't want
Wireless
Bluetooth on.
technology. That's
Bro,
how they're
they are
doing it
fucking
all.
like all about
I
it. That's the only thing you can buy.
I don't know if I mentioned this on her channel yet or Max's, and since we're live on both, I'm going to do it again. I have seen several TikTok videos of people who live down there who have watched the devastation, and they are saying, how can a hurricane come from the ocean inland and only be windy in Florida and wait until the inner states to start dumping all the rain? That was controlled as well.
That's a really good question. That's what everyone's
Yes.
saying. It's so awkward. And
Yes,
that's why the
not even
towns,
normal.
sorry, it's my dogs. That's why the towns were so taken
okay.
aback. They'd never expect that.
There we go.
I
That's
have
it.
frisky dogs. They got a
Exactly. They
bath
caught 'em
today.
on guard.
There
They
you go.
play dirty when they're warring.
Yeah, look at these. You can buy a little pendant for your phone, or for your chest, or for a necklace. You can buy them in different areas. Like some of them will cover your body. Some of them will cover like 20 square feet. Some of them will cover more or less. Some of them you put on your phone. But these things are $298, and they'll work for a couple years. But what they're doing is they're tapping into the system and negating the negative effects of the radiation on you.
Okay, so if there's
Wow.
anywhere in
Only
their
almost
information,
$300.
if they
Say,
establish the fact that radiation is harmful to other beings or people, then
oh
really
yeah,
we are all being harmed, and therefore we all have a individual
sure.
claim to being harmed against somebody who's.
No, we don't.
You don't think so?
No, because the
Well,
implementation of wireless devices has already been deemed acceptable as long as it does not affect property values.
Oh,
Health,
okay.
health effects
well,
are
my body is my property, and they are
not
damaging my
admissible.
property.
Health effects are not admissible as a defense against the implementation of wireless devices under the law.
Okay, well then at a
According
certain
to,
point you have to say, well, that's fucked up, because you saying this
yeah,
motherfucker can
Well, yeah, it is.
basically
Yeah,
slow
but
kill me.
it's been done since the 80s, actually.
All right. Well,
That has been in law since the 80s, I believe.
then at a certain point, you recognize that as a threat to your survival. You know what I mean? Correct? Like if you were a wild animal out in the woods and you were just plowing around, and all of a sudden you seen this other wild animal, your rival, across the way there, dude, and it's like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna come get me, bro, if I don't. At a certain point,
Well,
they
what
call
they do on my
laws of
last
nature.
live, I highlighted the health monitoring they're doing on these types of things. Here's one of them right here. The IEEE transactions on biomedical engineering. And what they're doing is they are monitoring the effects of putting voltage through the human body wirelessly. And what they're monitoring are peripheral things like heart rate, respiration, body temperature, and things like that.
Right, and they really don't have the right to be doing that.
And no, they
Or
don't.
it's immoral. That's
And they're not monitoring the genetic effects because they are manipulating on the genetic level. What they're doing,
anybody that's involved in that is
they are
lying.
transcribing your images, blockchain, and other things to your DNA. So they are changing your DNA electrically to store data and retrieve it. So they are not monitoring the effects on the microscopic level. All they're doing is periphery examinations. Like, did your respiration change when we put like 3 nanovolts through you and
Okay, well then,
fucked with your
one,
DNA? Because
one step.
you didn't feel us fucking with your DNA? All right, then it's fine. Oh, we gave you a disease that you'll feel in, 3 months, and you didn't feel anything? It must be fine, right?
Well, on a personal level, right? Once you figure that out for yourself, you say, "Huh, them motherfuckers made money off of harming me in some way," and all these websites quote selling my data, and they're fucking hanging out in the Bahamas and the Hamptons doing Diddy parties with the Obamas and shit. You know what I mean?
Selling your
Yeah.
data, they running it through you right now.
Right. So once you realize that with yourself, you say, "Fuck, this motherfucker robbed me. He robbed you. He robbed G. He robbed Paula. He robbed everybody, bro." You know what I mean? Once you realize that
Exactly.
individually,
Not only have I been paying for the internet for 20 years,
right,
I am the fucking internet, and
right,
they're routing it through me.
right. Didn't even ask. They
Nope.
didn't ask. They just implied, like, "Oh yeah, we can do that." It's like, no, I'm paying for you. What? That's the double side of it. I was thinking this earlier.
And
All this technology and electricity should be free if it harms us.
Donald
Huh.
Trump, who is going to give you cheaper fuel and stop the border and all this other stuff because they're going to give you your savior. Okay, he's
One of these.
probably going to be president. He signed 5G to be implemented upon you. He didn't repeal the Patriot Act. So all the surveillance
Yes.
and all of the technology that is being implemented is going to be implemented. He's going to be great for your economy. He's going to be
Even
great for our
that.
economy.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
how did he supposedly give us our country back and our freedoms back if he didn't repeal that fucking Patriot Act bullshit?
Well,
Well,
that's never going to happen because
I don't.
they never, no matter who is in office, they will never repeal any of the surveillance and
Yeah.
control. It
Yeah.
will
Well,
never be repealed.
you
Never.
could technically come up with an argument against the idea that being able to do that is something that's you can there. You know what I mean? That's like all you have to do is call that shit out, and that's the thing. We allow that to be done to ourselves. Everything going on in the world
You're right.
and how we feel about
I
it,
am trying to call
we're
it
doing
out.
it to ourselves by not calling that shit out. And
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Well,
do.
we
You know
didn't
that.
do it to ourselves. We can't
We,
call
we,
it out if we didn't know they were doing it. But
yeah,
now that we know they're doing it,
Andy,
we're calling
and
it out.
Paula, we know the power of this. Calling it
Yeah.
out. Paula is calling it out
Exactly.
every day. You know?
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
day, every
yeah.
day, every day.
Respect to everybody for that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the power, right?
That's like, yeah, that's it.
I don't agree with these people who believe that if I think about it, I'm manifesting. Damn, bitch, I did not manifest this. I am just reacting to what has been
That's
manifested.
right. That's right. That's
Like the
right.
only thing
I
we
didn't
call in,
manifest this shit. I'm gonna
like universal
unmanifest it.
truth. Yeah. Like universal truth. What makes the universal truth as powerful as it is? Because
Yeah.
it's what
Mhm.
undeniably true, right? You can't really make an argument against it. So
Look,
anything
That's
else that's
right.
still debatable
look
is
at
like
the
a
pictures they're
cat and
putting
mouse
up.
game, bro.
Look at what they're telling you in this picture. They're telling you that they are freaking wiring the system through you. This image on the
Yep.
right here is examining the thermal effects on you. Oh my God, it doesn't
Mhm.
have any thermal effects, but we're transcribing to your freaking DNA.
And who wants to do
Mhm.
that and why? Right? What's the mission statement for that company? I'd like to read that legally. I like to legally fucking read like the Google or biotech company, this or that. What's your mission
No.
statement and about us
This
page
is
say?
from the IEEE. The IEEE is
Says
a
who?
4-letter agency. Okay,
Yeah.
they are above
I
everybody.
got 4 letters for them. It's like F. It starts with an F. And a K.
Yeah. Okay,
I
this
got
is
this.
the international. Hold on, let me see. Hold on.
Yeah.
It is complicated, but it is all encompassing. I want to get it right.
But it's amazing how many things are propped up as being legitimate, right? Like, I'm the head director of FEMA over the 6th
Okay.
district. Blah blah blah. I got this nice job, right?
So this is the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
And that sounds, like a bunch of geeks in their basement playing with little doodads, but it's not. This is so terrifying.
Medbed.
These
Can you
people
say
are
medbed?
absolutely terrifying. Like, these are the Navy engineers. These are the people that are working with radar. These are the people who, when they put out these signals that damage us, they find the interesting and lucrative effects that happen on us.
These are the people from the Philadelphia experiment.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
It's the WEF, dude. It's the same idea. It's like, oh, I got this idea that I'm gonna push forward as being legitimate into the quote
I
world
want to also,
stage.
I want to make sure real quick that you guys heard me say, can you say medbeds? Because they're going to fuck your DNA all up in the medbeds.
Now they're med suicide beds. Just roll you out in nature and let it go.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of
You
value
drink
in
this
that.
Kool-Aid that drugs you all up, and then they gas you in there. And then they just tell your family, well, she didn't make it through the procedure.
Yeah. It's a done deal. They're clever.
Yeah, at the end of the
Because they
day,
don't want the numbers out. If they do this something in mass, they don't want those numbers out. Or if they do, they want them out their way.
like if you had a story that's complete bullshit that you're selling to the world, you're like, I'm gonna come up with this script, right? I'm gonna write this motherfucker, and I'm gonna get all these people involved that's gonna legitimize the script, and they're gonna play their part, and it's gonna be great because they're gonna not even know
Fauci?
what they're doing.
Yeah, Fauci-esca, whatever it is.
It's that easy. You could take that and microcosm that from the macro, or micro from the macro, and it's all the same.
Yeah, no, that's what
I
that's
think
what
therefore I am.
yeah. That's where the C dot, CDC.
When you start linking these guys with the Navy specifically, and
Oh
the
yeah, they're the head.
military, glitches will start happening.
It's funny that you said that. And Indy earlier, he was saying the sky just looked different to him.
Yeah.
Yesterday evening, I was in my kitchen. I don't know what that means. And all of a sudden, I felt like a wave of feeling different being in this world came over me. I can't describe it, but it was, like things
Yeah,
have
yeah.
shifted. And I just felt it.
that feeling.
The past week has been edgy.
Weird, like a shift, and you can't quite pinpoint it, but things aren't like they used to be.
We're
The
not in
old
Kansas
gray
anymore,
mare.
Toto. I mean, really, if you think about what we call like all this information about all this internet, the whole thing, bro, it's crazy. It's fucking insane if you just accept the fact, okay, this is what's going on. I was born into this world to have a fucking Twitter profile with, worry about my number on Twitter. You know what I mean?
No. Worry about my popularity and all that bullshit. Update on the strike. Husband says it's postponed till January 15th. I don't know why, but that's what he said. So the pork strike
they bought
is
some more
postponed.
time to negotiate. That way they negotiate with whoever wins the election type shit. That's what that sounds like. So they're probably going to go back to work. That was one of the options, the whole time.
I have been trying to track the implementation of the systems and networks that I've been showing people, like the Corona network, a routing system for nano networks.
Yeah.
And the problem is, I can't track when I don't have enough time to research because I have other research and stuff. But and I will put some time into it eventually. But I'm hoping somebody has the time to do this, to go to the IEEE, find people who are Institute members, because the only people who can get this information are Institute members, for when these systems have been implemented or when they're planned to be implemented or if they've already been implemented. Like right now, I'm trying to track an 802.11 megahertz implementation that allows access to 1 gigahertz frameworks in the human body. So, this is a huge importance, because what they can do with that is they can take like the internet that we have. It's like a backup hardening system, right? So if what they have now that's implemented to integrate into the human mind and psyche gets taken down, they have a backup system.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Of course.
No,
No,
that will be through radio.
they have contingencies. Let's face it. Some will work, some won't. There you go. It is like a Walking
Like I
Dead
say, they
episode.
still haven't really cracked the human brain. Like, they've gotten in, but total control is still a far reach. That's why we still have time, and I'm still hopeful, because my thoughts are still my own. At least I think so.
Yeah. No, it is an upside down,
I got one for
circle
you.
of confusion.
What if you go to like college at some place called Yale or something? You know what I mean? And then you join this group, and they call themselves Skull and Bones or 322, all that, whatever it is, with the skull head on it. Okay, so you join this group. What do you think? What do you think? Those people today exactly? If you look at them, like who? How does it still play out that they decided at some point it's like, yeah, we're all gonna do this fucked up script, dude, and you're gonna play your part or else, I guess, you know what I mean? That seems to be where a lot of this originates from, but like the John Kerry, George Bush, both from the same, basically college fraternity. I mean, that's what we look at it as, right, on the surface. Oh, it's just a frat. Just a weird frat at Yale, bro. Don't worry about it. There's nothing weird about it except for the odd coincidence. So it's almost like they got like a game going, a frat bro game, where they all say, what's the most clever way I can make $1 million on paper? You know what I mean?
Well, no, I want to know why so many of these guys are dying at some of these, hazings lately. Weird.
Like the real reason, yeah.
In this document, your other devices. Isn't that an interesting specification for you? You are other devices.
Yep. Isn't that something?
Yeah, I just looked
And
up.
devices are divisive.
What does it mean? Multiple frequency bandwidth due to multiple input, multiple output. It is a technology in Wi-Fi to get maximum throughput from Wi-Fi devices, which you are actually one of them. Wow. Yeah, it's language is interesting, right? The way they use language.
Yes, they use language to languish with.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Beloved Abstract that suggested synergy to me, or it was somebody else. But that taught me the language. And
Yeah,
now,
they got their own dictionary for that shit.
yeah, they do. But that's the thing. Like, that's one of the things I promote is us talking is teaching us the language, and that goes out because it propagates just like a wave.
Yep, the ripple effect.
Yep. I've noticed it throughout my lifetime. Like, I've been talking about the wireless and others, you know, and I was propagating a wave from Dane Wigington, who is propagating a wave from probably an earlier person. And it's all propagation waves, you know. I put that out, and that got to a few hundred people maybe, you know, and that got out from a few of them to another few hundred, you know. And that's the way it works. And they can't seem to stop that.
No, they can't. I think they're frantically trying to, but they can't. You know why? Because I say they can.
Censorship is coming, right?
Coming. They've
I was gonna
always
say.
censored.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
Like, we're
tippy
already
toe. You
Yeah.
gotta face it, tippy toe here.
Yeah, we
That's
have
what's
to-
going
yeah,
on.
we
But
have to
absolutely, you know,
that, you know.
oh, whoa.
But the thing
Whoa.
is, once they do that, and we do the tippy toe is noticed more than us just blurting it out. Because that's the thing. Once you take something, I learned that with cats and kids, right? You
That's
take
why
something,
memes are powerful, right?
you put it on. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You put it on the top shelf there, and you say, "No, no, no, that's not for you."
Mm-hmm. And they want it.
And what happens? Yeah, exactly.
Tell the kid they can't
You know,
have
they're
something, they're gonna get it.
running on these old algorithms of people of the past, and it doesn't work because people evolve, people adapt. You know, it's hilarious to watch.
Mhm.
These politicians, they're acting as if we're people from the 1950s,
We're
and
not.
we're not. Because
Yeah,
my father was born in 1936 or 39. I can't remember exactly, and he was propagandized too with soda jerks and all that kind of shit, you know. So he was a lock and step dude, you know, and that programming really worked, you know. But
Yeah.
they allowed too many openings, and once you allow an opening, human nature is to exploit it.
Well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say human.
That's
nature,
it. Because once something exists, good or bad, doesn't matter. There's a chain of things that exists off of the back of that being a legitimate point of something, right?
Yep.
A point of reference in the story, at
Mhm.
least a history.
Yep. That's why
Yeah.
memes are so powerful.
Like
It's
Because-
cause
like
and
building a
effect.
building and putting your name on the side of it in some way. Like, oh yeah, this building was built by such and such founder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
And-
space, naming a star. That's named after one individual who said,
Memes are almost
I
sigil
found that.
because they have so much power, you know.
Yeah.
Just the impression, or, you know, just the power of the word, really, because they can take us down, they can take the internet down, but the power of communication would become so necessary, and because it becomes necessary, human beings would utilize it. We're incredibly adaptable.
We really do need to learn how to turn our names into an autograph and get that shit, whatever, legalized. Because whenever we sign our name out like they want us to, then we're letting them know that they own us. But if we use a signature like an autograph, that has power.
Hmm.
So we
Do it in
really do need to figure
too,
that
right?
out. Huh?
Power of cursive language.
Yes.
There is something spiritual about that, I think.
That's an interesting idea, Paula, if you think about it. If you copyright your own signature, handwriting, right?
Yes, copyright
You
it.
do,
Yes.
if you do it your way, you make it and you copyright that, then that becomes its own
Yes.
thing, right?
That's right. And it becomes
That's
its own
interesting.
power. There's power in it. So we do it for several reasons. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Hmm.
Research it, figure it out, and get her done.
Interesting idea. I've got to duck out because it's bedtime for me. Much love to you all. I enjoyed the conversation. Again,
As
spread
always.
the word. Complain about what's wrong,
Mhm.
because that's the only way we can fix it. All right. Bye-bye.
That's right. Much love. I have to go too, actually, G, if that's okay. Are you there? Nope, it says be right back. Well, what do you want to talk about in the group till she gets back?
I'm in the middle of chopping some potatoes up. I'm in and
What you
listening to y'all,
making?
so y'all might have to monologue. I'm
What you gonna
just,
do with them taters?
I'm just making some hash browns.
You got any onions in the house, or
I
red
don't
peppers, or yellow peppers?
know, just straight potatoes
Well,
and
get
seasoning.
some. Boy, let me tell you, get you some onion and a red pepper or a yellow pepper. It don't matter, long as it ain't green. And put a little bit of onion in there with that, and a little bit of red or yellow pepper in there with the potatoes. Oh my God, I put salt pepper. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, the little green chilies, onions, the fresh cut green chili onion
Mhm.
is awesome
Mhm.
in a like a skillet if you're doing some old school hash brown style.
Mhm.
They get
Mhm.
crispy and taste like candy.
Mm.
So good.
Yes. Mhm. Yes. Good stuff. Yeah, my husband doesn't eat those kind of potatoes, but I get myself a little 5-pound bag of potatoes every now and then, and I make them for my own damn self instead of having a not real good for me bag of munchies. I'll just grab a couple of potatoes and make me a delicious little snack.
Okay. Every time I go and have to go do something, I come back and somebody's gone.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that too.
Going, what is it? I told you there's a wave. There's something like shifted. And that's okay. Thanks, Max, for coming up.
She had to go night night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
but
I've
I
got
should go
stuff at the
too.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's getting late again over there on the East Coast.
It is 11:36 right now.
Yeah.
35. Yeah, and I haven't had
Yeah.
but maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So,
No, I
but I
totally
didn't
get
join
it.
you guys the other
I
night,
know.
so
Well,
I
we've
thought
all
I'd
been
join you.
sitting here. Yeah, we've all been sitting here for hours. So, yeah,
Mhm.
it's time to wind the show down and
Mhm.
come in again next time. Thank you, everybody, especially you in chat. I do read it and
Yeah, dude.
love
Peace
it
out.
very
I'm
much.
cooking.
Thank you, Indy.
Yep. See y'all next time.
Yes, thank you guys. I love you.
Yeah, excellent build and thread, as they say. Okay, everybody, stay frosty.